this is for the one who ain't never had a love, yeah. This one's for the girl who don't feel like she's enough, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This one's for the cool kid playing on the school team, crying to himself cause he never had the prom queen. Head full of wands, but they said it's just a pipe dream, yeah. This one's for the kids like me, they never had one day. The ladies always turn their cheek, but they ain't let the fat ones sing. This was for the kids like me, kept working when they had nothing. When people try to take their dreams, they stuck it to them, please don't change. For the nerds and the misfits, bullied by the rich kids, feel like they're...
That's enough, Joe. Hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing?
Need the Joe.
Look what the cat dragged in. Hi, Dave.
Hi. My cat's actually not around right now, so
Fuck your cat.
I don't know where she is.
What was it Andrew Dice Clay said? You're making my cat nervous. What was that, Entourage?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Out of here. You're making my cat nervous.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Hangout stream. Dave is here. He's it's nice to see you every once in a while, Dave. You know,
I know, right?
It's I could say I missed you, but then I see you and I don't.
I have the game on the other screen right now.
Oh, how bad? Well, I mean, for everyone that isn't a college football fan, it's okay. You're not missing anything right now.
Yeah.
Indiana is just working Oregon. This, it's worse than the way they beat the hell out of Alabama, because Alabama and Indiana at least had a semi game going into the half.
Mm-hmm.
I think Indiana was only up by maybe like 3 or a touchdown or something. Indiana was up by 28 going into the half, and they just are going. So
Mendoza just took off, did a spin move, and got the ball knocked out, but Indiana recovered it. So everything coming up them, man.
Mendoza, regardless of what goes on in the national championship, I think after tonight he's locked up being number one.
Oh, yeah.
I think he could shit the bed and whatever, but I think number one is his, because I don't see another player either that you could feasibly put
at the Raiders
one,
are going
to need, right?
Yeah.
And you're not going to trade out because you don't want to lose a chance at Mendoza, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
unless they love Arch for whatever reason.
But Arch isn't coming out.
I know, but I'm saying next year. That's the only thing I could think of. Unless they love Arch. Maybe that's the only time they'll either take someone else or do something else with the pick.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, we appreciate everyone that's watching, wherever you're watching from, YouTube X, Facebook, Kick, Rumble. Make sure you like, share, follow, all that good stuff. Go find us on the socials at the Alex Questa Show. Like I said yesterday, some things are in the works, guys. You may at some point be directed to go to some different channels because, like I said before, me and Dave have talked. I think this channel's fucking toast. And I do eventually, like, this doesn't need to be like a job, but it'd be nice to eventually get monetized. That will be the goal. And we need to, we're gonna, when you look at the back end, and I don't know, David, if you ever looked at like the back end of like the necessities.
I have not.
We hit the metrics no problem for everything else besides subs.
Really?
So it's like, that's the last thing we're lacking. So at this point, if we can't get there.
Another Indiana touchdown, by the way.
What is it, 42 now?
Yeah, it's going to be 42-7.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Dante Moore playing his way out of the number 2 pick for the Jets. So, I mean, it's nice as Jets fans. We can watch and evaluate now.
Yeah, I was never sold on Dante Moore. I don't want a project because I don't trust the Jets to do anything with a project. That's the thing.
Agreed. And the weird thing is, too, it's like these drafts are always strange, right? When you only have one standout quarterback, typically it's not a very good draft. And typically that quarterback doesn't work out a lot of the times. They look better because everyone else looks like shit in a lot of times.
Yeah. And drafts are never really a certainty. You could be someone could look really good, but they just don't end up panning out in the NFL. Like, the drafts are just never a certainty. They just aren't.
I mean, the perfect example is Brock Purdy, and I know he's played. Yeah. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep.
And he brought the Niners to a Super Bowl, and he's looking like he's could potentially they're playing good football still.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they're in the playoffs. They're going to go against the Eagles.
And that's after the year they had last year, which was shit because Purdy was hurt. And, and again, don't get me wrong, Shanahan had people looking fine, and they had Mac Jones this year with help right the ship while Purdy was out for a little. And probably Mac played himself into a new starting job somewhere.
Yeah,
But-
him and Malik Willis are probably going to get starting jobs places.
So, let's just go off the jump. Let's talk a little bit about the Jets, okay?
Yeah, I figured we're getting
We'll do
there.
that. So, I have said the routes that I want to go with the Jets right now, DJ Moore was going, or Dante Moore, not DJ. Dante Moore was looking like he was going to be the guy the Jets were going to pick. They were evaluating, right?
Possibly, yeah.
And it looks like he's kind of played his way out of that. Tonight's a big stage,
Yeah.
and he shit the bed.
I think the Jets love Mendoza.
Mhm.
I think they might have settled for more if he showed something, especially tonight. I do not think that they love him enough to use the pick on him.
No, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Not a number 2. Maybe in that 16. If he falls to 16, I think you snag him.
Yeah.
Because they do have the Colts 16. So if he falls to 16, okay, I could take him at a 16 evaluation.
Yep.
Less pressure to play him right away at that
Yep.
first round. And they even have number 22. If he falls to 22, why not? Right? There's
You mean 33?
33. Sorry, not
Yeah.
22, 33. So they have options there.
You might even get a Ty Simpson at 33.
I don't want Ty Simpson at all.
I'm just saying, like, just quarterbacks wise.
Yeah. So it's interesting to say the least. So the scenarios for me, my first idea that I would want is, I've said it before, I want the Jets to go and seek out potentially going to get Burrow, potentially going to get Dak, because I think Dak might become available now with the way the Cowboys have looked. I think if they like somebody at 2, or they just like the value of 2, you can, sweeten them up and get Dak from them. I really think they might be able to. Burrow, I think, is an option. I know people think I'm crazy. I truly think Justin Herbert's an option, because if he doesn't get it done, if he doesn't get a Super Bowl, because that's always the key. He's a guy that people thought you could win a Super Bowl, and it's an underwhelming. Change of scenery might be good for him there. So
yeah, I think Herbert's the difficult one. The only reason I would, especially because Harbaugh's there, honestly, it's really because Harbaugh's there. If I was Justin Herbert, I'd want to stay playing under Harbaugh. But I think the way the offensive line is for Herbert would be the reason why he would want to leave if he doesn't think that's going to be shored up, because he's getting hit a lot. Yeah.
And Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah,
and
well, that's the thing.
Taylor,
I'm just saying, like he's just getting beat up a lot.
Yeah.
If you do not think that that's going to be fixed in some manner, you probably don't want to retire early. I mean, he has millions of dollars in Madison Beer, so he has a reason to retire early, but he might not want to. So that would be the only reason I could see any type of trade, him opening up in any manner. I think Dak might be the most possible one, but then again, that is like, I'm pretty sure Jerry loves Dak. And I think
like
Dak,
the Romo type of love.
Dak really does love the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
So even then, I think that we're going to settle for a bridge QB if that's what we're going to do. I know you brought up Malik Willis before.
I like Malik Willis a lot.
I wouldn't mind trying out Malik Willis. I honestly wouldn't even mind having Mac Jones. Like, I really wouldn't. Mainly because it's people who have proven that they at least have some accuracy. They can get past bad things.
Yeah.
So I'm much more fine watching that happen and a possible competent game plan.
See, Malik Willis is exactly what I think everyone thought Justin Fields would be.
Yes.
Where the talent is there. He really hasn't had a chance. And Malik was a bust. Like, don't forget, Malik Willis is an absolute bust.
But Willis got under LaFleur.
Yes.
That's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the coaching that could get him to a point where he understands the game and he could play through things like that.
But it's also now just watching Malik Willis. The difference is yes, LaFleur helped, but I think LaFleur taught him how to read, how to slow the game down, because now you see, like, when he's playing, he plants that foot and there's not much drop off between him and Jordan Love, which is wild, right?
I might say a lot about Jordan Love. But
no, I think it says more about Malik, because I think Jordan Love's legit good. I think
he is, but like
Jordan Love's a top 10 quarterback.
He was being evaluated as like the next real long term, like Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. He's not in their tier list, at least not right now.
Not right now. And I think Jordan Love has the up and down right now. Like, I think he's going through a little bit where sometimes he does look like Aaron Rodgers, and other times he doesn't at all. He looks like this version of Aaron Rodgers, which is still very good, might I add. Put into the fucking playoffs. Yeah. I mean, just threw for another 3,200 yards and 27 touchdowns. No big deal.
But also, why the fuck did Abuzier jump on that fucking double move by Calvin? You have no safety help. Why are you moving in any manner towards the line of scrimmage? Just stay above him.
I mean, listen, players make bad decisions. Can we also talk because I chastise Myles Garrett because I believe he shouldn't be in the league. But can we talk, Dave? Why do we have a second sack record on a pussy ass sack? The sack Burrow gave up. That wasn't a real sack.
That's how we do sack records now.
It's so, and the thing is too, I forget Nate brought it up. It's not a real sack record because it took too long. The sack record stops at week 17. Like
that is very fair.
Like Myles Garrett does, he has the new sack record, but TJ Watt has the old one.
Yeah, that's fair. That is actually a very fair point.
Yeah. So, fuck Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett shouldn't be in the NFL. But
I don't know. I don't hate Myles Garrett.
I hate him because he fucking committed a freaking felony. And he
It's Mason Rudolph. He does. His nose doesn't even shine bright. Who cares?
But
maybe that's what he was trying to get.
But he is a Freemason. But anyway, Nate, what's up? Dave, we have a new buddy over here. Nice. Random fucking raccoon. He's been hanging out with us the past few days.
Good to see you.
He found us not too long ago. So, random raccoon, how are you?
Hey, Oregon scored.
But they scored. Good for them. But yeah, so the Jets, I mean, does it matter, Dave? They're not going to get rid of Aaron Glenn, right? So I don't know what direction they're going in, because for a little bit, I saw Aaron Glenn getting some improvement out of this team, right?
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks have just been ghastly.
Yeah, I haven't watched really at all, but I've seen the score line. I've seen the thing. And you could just tell when a team has pretty much given up. Mm-hmm. And now there was a lot of people out, and we were starting Brady Cook as just an evaluation /
and he was terrible.
Going to lose this out.
And he was terrible.
Yeah. But I will say this, because people do want to put a lot on press conferences. He did take accountability. He said, "This is on me." So at least he said that. But
what else is he going to say?
Yeah, it's difficult, right? Because the Jets both have now somehow the stereotype of moving on too quickly from coaches, while also not making the changes they need to make. Like, they have both of those stereotypes on them somehow at the same time. So it's almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't moment. Because you could say, well, if you can get in Harbaugh's ear, why wouldn't you just let go of Glenn and go get Harbaugh? But then if you just let go of Glenn, apparently the fucking news around the league is that the Jets don't trust any head coaches. So why would any head coach trust the Jets? And it becomes this carousel of shit. So I understand where they're coming from, of just saying, like, no, we want to give Aaron Glenn this shot because, look, the Lions were sad letting him go. Dan Campbell was literally unhappy letting him go. So they saw something in him, and it's understandable why Jets fans don't want him anymore. But I think it's also understandable keeping him and saying, like, no, he deserves a shot to play out his vision.
I mean, I understand that. I get it. I mean, first, I heard that there's this young defensive coordinator in San Francisco that is hot and looks like he might be the next big thing.
A whole bunch of interviews.
Getting a lot of interviews. I feel like the Jets should jump on that young defensive coordinator if we want to move on from Glenn. But, I mean, it's just, I agree with you that you don't want to do this carousel. But I think, weirdly, next year, Aaron Glenn has to make the playoffs. I don't think there is no moral victory. There is no, you won 8 or 7 games.
Yep.
He's got to make the playoffs with the rookie or a vet, but he has to at least make the playoffs, because the difference is, we saw from Dan Campbell, we saw significant jumps.
Yeah, exactly.
Every year. Yeah. So if you're building a culture, then that culture should breed significant jumps. And it's like, I think we'll accept, okay, we missed by 1 game, but we won 10 games. Like, one of those things, like,
it comes down to the last game, some bullshit.
Yeah. Happens. Because we have the Bills, we have the Pats, we have those teams in there. Yep. The Pats look like they're going to be a 12-win team every year. Mm-hmm. Bills are 10 to 11 to 12. Mm-hmm. If the Jets get 10, get third in the East, but they were like last in the wild card.
Like we were a Fitch that year.
Well, I think here's the thing. The accepted scenario, it won't be losing in week 18 not to make it. It'll be not controlling our destiny, winning in week 18, but another team winning, and then we get knocked out. But then that's okay. We did our job. Yeah. Maybe we should have X, Y, and Z
almost
later,
like the Bucks.
But it's a good football team. We see what's there. We see what Aaron Glenn's trying to do. Mm-hmm. We'll definitely bring him back. The quarterback got better. All this shit, right? Yeah. We need to see that. Mm-hmm. And if that's not the case, if it's not playoffs or right there, that's a playoff team, another piece gets us up, then he's got to go. Yeah. And if it's mid-season, we're like 2-7. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, that's enough of a leash, because there is no culture at that point.
Yeah. And I just, there just needs to be a purge of players. I really do think there needs to be a purge of the roster. Like the type of players you want are the Garrett Wilsons. The
And
Garrett
Jermaine Johnson,
Wilson,
those two guys.
yeah, yeah. You want those types of players that really they genuinely do want to win with the Jets. Like they're not moping about it; they're angry about it, and they do want to win. And even to the point where Garrett Wilson is telling Stephen A. Smith to
Fuck
shut
off,
the fuck up.
basically.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know Brees demanded the trade, but I feel like Brees thought he was getting disrespected. I don't blame him because he was, because they weren't using him properly in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think Brees, after that trade deadline, played his fucking ass off. Played his ass off. Worked really hard. Was the only guy on offense trying every game. I really feel that way.
Yeah.
So I feel like Brees wants to win. I feel like Will McDonald took a step back, but he still played hard. He got better. He needs to gain weight. We need to get some muscle on him. But I mean, I don't know. I do not know.
It's going to be an interesting future. That's what it is. It is an interesting future.
Well,
I will
or
say that.
If the Jets don't make the playoffs for 20 straight years, is that enough reason for us to like demand the folding of a franchise? Just fold. Like, is that enough reason for us to all sign a petition going, hey, that Mexico City team, there it is, baby. Take them.
Just send them to Anchorage, Alaska.
Dude,
just
make the Mexico City cartels and just fucking let them play down there.
No, I'm not letting Scheinbaum get that.
Oh my God. Random Raccoon. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what game. Can you specify the game? Because Random Raccoon, you're going off. I'm going to read these. Why does every game do this? It has characters that are good and it's really decently balanced. Are you talking about us? Are we the game? Do we suck? Am I the good that's balanced and David is the character we add that sucks? And then they add a character that has similar moves to already kind of pushing it. Strong character, except they take away the thing that nerfs the character and the gameplay wise. Nate G, Jets should start with a forward pass and an interception before they think playoffs. Listen, we were going to get to that. The Jets made history, y'all. This is the most Jets history ever. They made history as the first team with a Pro Bowl all NFL cornerback as their head coach. They didn't record a single interception.
It's just weird.
You get them by mistake. You get one by mistake.
It does feel cursed, doesn't it? Like it does feel like there is a curse.
Like,
over
how
the
does
team.
one not get tipped to like a fat fuck on the line? Like that happens once a year.
You would think.
And I think they only got like 6 turnovers all year. And I think they were all like four fumble recoveries all year.
4.
Like that is, you can't be a defensive coach. Like we thought Saleh was bad.
Yeah.
Like we thought Saleh and Ulbrich were bad. Ulbrich just coached the fucking Falcons having one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Yep.
That offense left a lot to be desired. Well, Penix going down didn't help.
The only hope we have is that every team that Tyrod comes to and leaves gets their franchise QB after he leaves.
No, the thing is though, our curse is every coach that comes and leaves does a really good fucking job. Saleh's doing great, and Bowles has become a legit head coach over in Tampa.
Even though his seat might be getting a little hot after this year.
That's fine, but like Adam Gase is probably coaching a really good high school team somewhere. Like everything goes well for the coaches as they come and go. Like we're the only ones that like they come to us, they learn how to suck with us, and they're like, all right, just don't do that at my next stop. It's like, fuck, man, I can't figure. Listen, at least we look good while we suck, right? I like our new uniforms. I love our new logo. We look good while we suck.
That is true. That is true. I'm fine with that, I guess.
Random Raccoon saying no, not football games. And what game, Random Raccoon? Which game are you talking about?
Any other shooters or fighting games? Because it does happen in a lot of those
all the time,
just in general, and it is annoying because it makes the one character that was viable at some point. Just why would you ever choose them when this new character does everything that they do but better? Yeah, it's annoying.
Well, I mean, you got whatchamacall. I know like a lot of the games, like especially like your League of Legends and Marvel Rivals and those types of games, we'll get those kind of characters that are fun, a little overpowered, and then they nerf them a lot of times with the stuff, right? And then they become not fun to play with anymore, and it makes the game less fun.
Yeah.
Just a fighting game. That makes sense, right?
Yeah. And fighting games do the same exact thing too.
Nate G saying it's a shame. I loved Aaron Glenn as a player. He had the Lions Dean playing above the weight. He
Exactly.
did. And the thing is, too, with Aaron Glenn, I was a big fan of Aaron Glenn. And, Nate, you might remember this. Dave, you might be a little young. But when the Texans were in expansion, they had the expansion draft, and every team had to put a few of their players in the expansion draft, and they had to be like starters. They had to put like a starter, like one starter on either side of the ball. And the Jets put up Aaron Glenn because of his contract. He ended up being a Pro Bowl corner over at Texas. He was one of the good spots for the Texans, as David Carr was just getting his brains fucking bashed in every single time he dropped back. But he ended up being really good for his last few years, and I really liked him because the Jets had him, they had Victor Green, they had Ray Mickens, they had a decent
it was a pretty good
secondary
squad
there that was fine. So Random Raccoon. Now here's the thing. I was pronouncing Random fucking Raccoon the whole time, but I realized that if any children listen to our show at all, or any like families, I like your name, Random Raccoon, but he suggests, he's like, you could just call me a raccoon. I'm gonna say Random Raccoon. That's what we're gonna go with, because I don't want to sit there. I don't mind dropping F-bombs. I do it enough on my own. Random Raccoon saying nerve and balance changes are always necessary for characters. They're all gonna have their moment of being strong, and they're all gonna have their moment of being weak. But when your balance is already off, why are you still adding characters? I mean,
a lot of games do that,
because devs don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore. A lot, like they're being told to do dumb shit, and they don't have a choice.
I mean, that's the part of it, but also it's just that shit becomes very difficult, and it becomes very difficult, especially when even if you do tweak your characters, people might start finding it stale. Depending on what's going on. So they always have the thing at the back of their mind of like, oh, well, we have to add a character at this time.
I mean, you have to tweak things though, because you can't be the same exact way as your other game, right? Like you have to set yourself. Like the coolest thing to me when Mortal Kombat, when Deadly Alliance came out, the funnest tweak they had is being able to switch between forms and also having a weapons form. Like that was cool. That was different.
And that game was just, I mean, that's offline. That's not anything that's going to come out with any patches or anything, right? But you're talking about like Rivals or Overwatch or any types of online fight, live service fighting game. You can send out these patches that change up characters and how things hit. When
all the live service games,
how much damage it's going to do, and like so it. Almost every season or every patch, you kind of have to learn what's
which I hate the way they call them seasons. Fortnite has ruined that. Like everyone calls them a season now. Like, what do you mean it's a season? We're not watching a fucking show. I hate that. Anyway, so we're gonna get to some fun stuff before we get into any of the Minnesota shit. That restream. Why are you working so slow? I click on it, it's taking forever. What are we doing here? Anyway, but so Dave, let's look at this one. Too exhausted to even shower? Oh, what did I click on? I click on okay. Japan has a solution. Engineers have unveiled a human washing machine that cleans, massages, and dries you in just 15 minutes. Like, I feel like I need to read this on like an old-timey, like 1920s, whatever. Originally built for hospitals and seniors, makes sense. It's now going mainstream, ideal for the overworked, burned out, or anyone done with daily effort. I like that it says daily effort.
I mean, like
fucking useless slob.
You're talking to their needs.
So this is what the inside looks like. Not the fuck off. This is only 6 seconds. That does not look safe. The way that thing was opening, that was so fucking wonky.
And in Canada, it just fills up and doesn't let you out. It just fills up all the way. that's how they take people out now.
So this is another one. The Internet Archivia saying Japan's $400,000 human washing machine explained. Let's hear the explanation. I didn't hear this yet. It's going to be that dumb AI voice, but just deal with it.
Is this a $400,000 waste of money or an amazing idea?
It uses technology to generate extremely small bubbles, which lift up dirt and impurities to clean the user's entire...
That person does not look like they are having a good time.
You look slightly concerned. Slightly concerned.
Here's the thing that would piss me off. When it comes to like liquid, like rain and shit like that, I don't mind if it's like a heavy rain. I don't mind if it's just like a drizzle. Nothing pisses me off though when there's that fucking like mist type of rain. I hate.
I actually don't mind. Rain. I don't mind misty rain.
My hatred of misty rain came from running. Nice. It came from running because when you're running, you either want the torrential downpour or just like a light drizzle. With a misty rain, it's just like you're kind of running. It's constantly just like fucking like I'll never do that hand motion again. But it's kind of just like it's annoying. So for me, that's all that's going on in there. That would drive me fucking crazy. All right, let's keep hearing this AI explanation.
Body.
It's called the human washing machine, and it just went
Why is that
viral
person
at the
wearing clothes
Osaka
too?
Expo. You lie inside, it
washing
closes,
shit.
hits you with micro bubbles and mist, even tracks your heartbeat, and plays calming visuals throughout, so you can
Now, here's the thing. How long until someone hacks that thing and just puts porn on? And just
I don't
fucking
know if we need a hack. It's Japan. They'll just put it in there.
well, I mean, it's not calming. It's calming afterwards.
Well, I was gonna say, Mike, it's calming to some people.
In the words of Phoenix, powering up inside of that fucking thing.
it just looks like a suicide pod. that's the issue.
Is this also the first step of get in the pod and eat the bugs and plug in? Because like if you're already washing yourself, this is the first step to being like, just plug on in. You don't got to leave. Plug on in, put the fucking food tube in, get inside the virtual, and every 6 hours you'll get bubbled and you'll get like as you're in the neural net. Like I feel like I'm
Bubble beam every 6 hours.
Squirtle, bubble beam. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's keep watching this.
come out clean, dry, and spiritually refreshed
Spiritual,
without
fuck.
having to do any of the hard work of cleaning yourself. Now, it might sound
Hold
stupid.
on. They say hard work of cleaning. Who the fuck is working hard cleaning?
Nah, I mean, if you're a little too large, it might be some hard work. I will say that.
If you are 2 tons of fun, yes, right? But unless you're like, and to go with Japan, where Japan has like, they're all small, except for sumo wrestlers, and sumo wrestlers are famous. They have someone doing it for them.
Yeah, well,
Like-
they're big for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah, they here's the thing. Yeah, they're big intentionally, right? Like,
And
where
strong.
everyone else in Japan is like 4'7" and 33 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, so they're working hard. You don't need to work hard to clean yourself.
But a hotel in Osaka has already bought one, and the company say they plan to build at least 50 more units. If tech like this can make someone millions, imagine what you could do online. Check the
What?
link in bio.
Wait, what? What the fuck kind of statement was that at the end? What do you mean? Why
If tech
how
like
does
this
that
can make
relate
someone
to me
millions,
doing
imagine what
things
you could do
online?
online. Check the link in bio.
What? If this could make someone millions, what you could do on what does that mean?
All right, I'm good with this video.
Oh my god, Random Raccoon, are we this lazy nowadays? Yes, we are. Nachi, if you're too fat to wash, you can't afford it. And also, none of the people that we're describing can fit in that fucking thing, Dave.
That is true.
That's meant for a normal sized person.
Yes, that is very true, actually.
And a normal sized Japanese person, Dave, I don't know if we fit in that fucking thing.
We probably could.
It would be snug.
Yeah.
Be hard to power up.
Yeah.
Not enough room. Not enough room. All right. We're going to go over to this next tab here. I don't know if many people know or remember who Spencer Pratt is. Spencer Pratt used to be on the Hills were reality TV with Lauren Conrad. They were famous from the OC, which was another like reality-ish TV show on MTV. They made The Hills. She was like one of the main people. And it was about like her going into the city and working. She was friends with this chick Audrina and Heidi. Heidi's boyfriend was Spencer. And he was kind of famous for just kind of being an asshole the whole time. Like he was a rich type of snooty asshole. And Heidi was kind of a rich princess bitch. And that's what they became famous for, okay? And Spencer Pratt, since then, has gone off. He actually married Heidi, which no one thought that was going to happen. And listen, I watched more of The Hills than I wanted to because my girlfriend at the time loved the fucking show. So I watched it, and I just only watched it for Spencer to be a scumbag. Like, he was my highlight. So it's official. He is running for mayor of Los Angeles. And I will say, Dave, from what I know about Spencer Pratt and the things he's been saying, Spencer's pretty based. And then you look here, Dave, this is all I got to know. Scott Pressler saying congratulations.
That's interesting.
If Scott, look here, let's click on some of his stuff because Spencer's fairly based. He's been really critical. Like Douglas Mackey follows him and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on down. Let's see. Wow, he has nothing based currently. Gavin Newsom gave direct orders to his highway patrol to give Palisades fire victim as many tickets as possible when they were returning to their burned homes. He did that 7 hours ago. So he's on the prowl. And listen, anyone in LA that even has like a semi-based type of brain, I want them to win. So what do you think, Dave? Does this
It looks
move
like
the
he's
needle
on his
for you?
lap in that video.
Huh?
It looks like he's on his lap in that video.
Right here?
Yeah.
He might be.
I was I was just very confused the way it was split. I was like, why is he sitting on his lap when they're talking to each other? It felt very wrong.
I mean, maybe he was just being cute.
I
They were
don't
in LA. They were just sharing a bro moment.
I don't like that.
They were sharing a bro moment.
I mean, like, cool. I guess I don't know. I don't really care about LA. Like, LA has things, right? And LA does matter in some aspect, but I just don't necessarily care too much about LA. If they can right the ship in any manner, that'd be nice. I just highly doubt it. I don't think the populace in LA wants to right the ship.
I also wonder what our former guest, Kevin Dalton, thinks of him, because Kevin Dalton was all over LA. That was his thing, because he was a former person running in LA. So, but listen, like I said, if Spencer Pratt can go in there and right the ship, even if he's not like fully based, if he's just to the right of fucking Chairman Mao, we're in good shape. So that's all I want there. So I'll be rooting for him. And here's like, yes, someone saying, maybe Spencer, maybe it's time you get back to the hills. Look, now that you're running for mayor, gotta look the part of a politician. Like, yeah, I guess. Unfortunately, I lost all my fancy clothes and everything I own because Karen Bass let my house burn down.
That seems to be his whole motivating factor is the fires. It's an understandable motivating factor, right? But I don't know. I doubt even if he wins that it's going to be that big of a change. To be quite
Here's
honest.
the thing: he's a Trump supporter, though.
Okay.
He came out, especially he was like, he's not like 3,000% MAGA, but he's just like, Trump's the choice. Like, fuck Kamala.
Yeah.
And that's an LA guy, a California person saying it at that point.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any prospect. Like, he's not going to lose anything off of doing that. Like, it's good. It's nice to see it, right? Fine, but like this is not him losing out on options because he came out and said he supports Trump.
Yeah. So there's that. Spencer Pratt's running. We'll see. I'll just keep following.
His timeline.
What's up?
He's just scrolling down his timeline.
Yeah, why not? Just seeing if there's anything interesting on here.
Not really. It's just him complaining about Mayor Karen Bass.
I do like the Let It Burn hat. That is a nice hat. I actually like that hat. But so now let's jump into, speaking of someone who's semi-based, to a couple of retards. Oh, look, it's Megyn Kelly and Tucker. So here's the thing. Dave, you weren't here the other day. I said I have defended Tucker in a lot of ways and said, hey, I still think he's one of the good guys. I think Tucker's lost it. I think Tucker sold the fuck out. I really think that he's getting a lot of Qatari money and he wants to continue to be rich because he's just fucking lost it.
I don't know about all that. I think that's speculation that's not verified in any way. Like, that's the same type of speculation of someone claiming that another person's paid by Israel. I think that's a very similar speculation. Now, you could say that, okay, I think the way he's talking about Christianity is a little bit off the path of how I think it should be. I think you could bring that up. I think you could say he's being way too nice to Muslims, which I think is fine as well. I think when you speculate in that manner, you have no defense against people saying that some other people are paid by Israel because it's the same type of speculation. It just is.
Well, one's retarded, one isn't, though. And that's my fight.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not someone's being paid by any type of foreign operation in order to do something, because the whole point of pointing that out is to invalidate everything they're saying. That's the whole point of that argument.
Yeah, of course. That's why I'm saying, because he's a retard.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm invalidating because he's dumb.
But I'm
saying the difference is mine has a little more proof because he was just in Qatar, and he's moving there.
Yeah,
where people saying Israel everything have no proof at all.
No, but a lot of the people that I've seen make that statement have gone to Israel recently. So Israel's
also a holy ground. Qatar is a fucking killing ground.
No, but these are not people that are big Christians going to Israel. So that's the thing. It's the same. This is kind of why I'm not on Twitter anymore, because it's the same.
Well, here's the thing, though. Two things can be true at the same time. Because I do think a whole lot of those people that go to Israel do take Israeli money. Like, I don't think they're off. I don't think all of them do. But I think there is a lot of people that go there, and Bibi in Israel's like, you don't got to be fully nice, but when these are said, don't fucking go along with it. And I think people take it. They have a lot of money. People like money. So I don't think it's off to think that all of the conservative influencers that went to the Qatari thing and have now come back and are really fucking nice to Muslims now and really like Russia and are really cool with Iran. There's coincidence. And the fact that there was a fucking conference and then they came back that way. Like, you can make inferences and educated guesses.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying is that your invalidation works the same way for the other argument. So it doesn't, so you're it just cancels everything out. It's just, it becomes nonsensical at that point, because you're not really arguing any substance.
Fine.
You're
but
not
mine is the difference is
substance. Like I said, you could argue the substance of like, okay, like I think, like I said, I think he's being way too fucking nice to Muslims for whatever reason. Like, it doesn't matter. The argumentative point is Muslims will not work in our country in any type of large minority, maybe in a small minority. Like, you could say shit like that. That's argumentation. That's an actual subject saying, oh, I think he just takes Qatari money. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. That's engaging in the same type of thing that you might not like happening on the other side. So you're actually furthering the dialectic, something that a lot of people like to say, but then do it all the fucking time.
But the difference is I'm right. And there we go. So
that's exactly like I said.
DT coming in and saying, your boy Bongino is having quite a crash out today. I didn't see it yet. Maybe we'll talk about Dini Bongini's crash out. And he was like, I'm not making fun of Dan Bongino. David knows it for whatever reason. I've been calling Dan Bongino Dini Bongini since I've ever found out about it.
I know that.
Like, I have no idea why I've been calling him that. And it's not meant to be disrespectful. I just think his name flows better that way. But yeah, I don't know. He has a crash out. I mean, he's getting attacked left and right. And I figured he would. I don't know. Listen, in reality, as long as Trump keeps doing what he's doing right now, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of his stuff. I do think he probably should have just not podcasted for a while after coming back from the FBI. Like, I know, like, even that would be like, oh, well,
he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
Exactly. But I think it would take some shit off of his mind if he did that. I know maybe it might be some catharsis to get on there and rave a bit, but I also think that just digs a hole deeper and also causes more stress to you when you do that. I think if you just got off for a bit, said, hey, this was an experience. I'm not entirely happy about it. I'm going to take a hiatus because I have a lot on my mind. I just need to take some time off. Like, I think that might have worked better for him, because you do not want to be in a studio fucking yelling all the time. It's not good for your psyche.
But I also think too, it's like the way he's coming about it right now is a little retarded. Like, I read his thing and I understand what he's saying about the black pillars and shit like that. Like, I get it. There are those groups and those tardos, and he's fighting with Dave Smith now, which is no reason to fight with Dave Smith. Like, Dave Smith is a debate me bro. And I mean, and listen, yeah, and I see this. I saw that, Nate. Dave Smith challenged him to a debate, and Dan started blocking a bunch of people and really crashing hard at Dave. I mean, listen, that's what Dave wants. Dave Smith's a debate me, bro. Dave Smith has been torched for like almost every debate he's gotten into lately. Because all Dave Smith has is the USS Liberty and Israel bad, which is, Dave, same thing you were just saying, but that's all Dave Smith really has. He's a pseudo-intellectual. He's become very much a guy who we thought was really smart and just kind of listens to Candace Owens and Tucker and takes their talking points at this point. Like, I don't know. Dan Bongino has no reason to debate Dave Smith. All Dan Bongino should have done is, instead of taking this whole entire, I'm coming back to reset the Republican side because I see wrongs, just come back and be like, listen, I'm going to bring my commentary back. Can I talk about the Epstein files? No, they're still redacting them. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. They're still going through them. I can't do that. Can I talk to you about any cases going on with the people we want to see arrested that we all want to see? No, there are cases. I can just tell you there are cases being built against individuals. It would be stupid for me to say that, especially as, all the positions I've had. This is where I'm going to go. That's all I'm going to say about that stuff until I can. And then you just lie. You know what I mean? So Nate saying, Dave is solid. I couldn't disagree more. Dave has gotten torched. And he's a one-trick pony. Steven Crowder fucking destroyed Dave, okay? When Dave was on with Crowder made Dave look like a retard. And he's been on with a few other people lately that have made, like, Dave needs to stop debating and just go read it some more, to be quite honest. Because listen, I don't mind Dave Smith. I like that he's willing to go out there, but he's just making himself look foolish and being a debate me bro about everything. Like everyone he ever talks to, debate me bro. Like it's kind of corny. Instead of debate me, hey, let's come and have a conversation. Let's come and talk about this. I disagree. We don't have to have a big debate about everything. To me, that's a corny little, it's a pick me type of thing. Nate's saying Dave would eat Dan alive. Potentially. I don't think Dan's a debater though. I think that's also why he's avoiding. I don't think Dan debates people. And by who? Yeah, like I said, Steven Crowder. There was another like dude that glasses wearing kid. I don't remember his name, but I watched a few clips.
I haven't watched any shit. Any of
Yeah, you've been. I watched a few clips.
I can't comment on any of this. I really haven't watched. So,
like I said, Dave only has a few lines of attack, and he keeps on bringing them up. And the thing is, he needs to get. If you're gonna come and be the Israel does everything person, at least Nick Fuentes might be a dumb mother, but he's not dumb. Nick Fuentes is not dumb. Nick Fuentes might be a piece of shit. But at least he knows more than just like 6 things. Like Dave only has a few things. I've seen Dave lose one debate on Christianity. I'll check that out. Dave has nothing on like Dave's not a Christian. Here's the thing too. Unless you read the Bible at all, like if you read the Bible and then you come out and like this is full of shit, this is X, Y, and Z, Y, fine. If you don't have any real knowledge of the Bible and it's always against, and you're learning from other people about what their criticisms of the Bible are and you're just regurgitating them, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't know. Dave Smith, to me, he's fine and he's not at the same time.
He's a libertarian. So I don't.
And libertarians are retarded.
Yeah, I like libertarians because I do think there is a need for them. I do think that a decent amount of their points are points that things that we should strive for, things we should remind ourselves of. But I also think that it strives a little bit too much into a zone that doesn't exactly adhere to what human nature is. That's just my perspective.
We need real world libertarians. That's what I like to call them. Real world. You have those ideals, but you
just
live
kind
in
of
the real
stop being
world.
a libertarian. At least that's what I think.
That's why I endorse Larry Sharp.
That could be a little bit too farther out there. Maybe people disagree with that, but
that's why I endorse Larry Sharp for governor in New York over Bruce Blackburn. Whatever it is, something like Bruce Blakeman. Yeah, I don't even know his name because Larry is more of a real world libertarian. Mm-hmm. He sits there and he has his ideals. He understands he's a libertarian, but he also understands what's going to work in the real world and how to get to the point of what he wants.
And this is fair, Nate, saying Dave said, well, Rhonda could disagree more. I watch 90% of what Dave does. And that's fair. Because when you, I don't watch like anything of like Dave Smith, really. So that's the thing. That's why I don't want to say much at all, even from fucking clips and stuff like that. Because while I think he might be wrong on things, he might just be fine everywhere else. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's the same thing. Like with Tucker, I don't watch a lot of Tucker, but the things that like the long podcasts I've seen on Tucker, he just sounds like he's more effeminate now. That's really what it is. Because like even with his in the book Ship of Fools, in those days, he was really, really hammering on about wanting the no war people. So like he's been on this trajectory for a long time. So that's my whole and I'm not someone who's super into Tucker either. I just know a little bit more. So that's my thing. It's like I can understand that's also why I just want to pull people out of just the speculative nonsense of that shit and just attack the points. Just attack the points, because when you attack the points, then you can actually get somewhere. But yeah, no, and that the thing is like, I don't know. The USS Liberty thing, I don't give a fuck about that. Completely, I get the argumentation, but I just don't care enough because I think there are better arguments if people want to make them. I do really think there are.
So Nate's saying even when he just goes on Joe Rogan Experience, he bludgeons them with logic, and his shows get attention for it. Yes and no. Joe Rogan made Dave Smith. Dave Smith didn't make Joe Rogan, right? He went on there and he had some good points. And you got to remember, when you have a libertarian debating someone or even talking to somebody like Joe Rogan, who's just a question asking guy, still a little more left leaning, has more libertarian leanings outside of more socially left, it's fine. But when he went and debated that one dude about Israel, I forget his name. He was the
Douglas
British
Murray.
guy. Huh?
Douglas Murray.
Douglas Murray. Debated Douglas Murray. Well, I thought Douglas Murray came off as pompous. He fucking torched Dave, okay? Because Dave had zero facts as opposed to the things that Douglas Murray saw on the ground. Dave was going by anecdotal stuff that he just regurgitates and he heard and he maybe read somewhere. Where Douglas Murray's like, yeah, but I was just there. And I didn't agree with Douglas Murray that you can't have an opinion unless you go. I think that's retarded, right? I think you can have an opinion if you're not in war zones, right? You could still learn about them and talk about them.
And that was the whole thing about that whole.
Ooh, you're saying he did not crush Douglas Murray. That was the
whole thing about that whole
Douglas
argument.
Murray was pompous, but he didn't crush him.
Is that Douglas Murray came out looking awful because he looked like an absolute elitist. He looked like everything that we've been purportedly fighting against this whole entire time. And that's what he seemed like. Instead of just making the rational argument that, you know, look, there's we should have people that are more of masters of their craft. And you can make a rational argument for people being more knowledgeable in a subject. But he didn't do that. he made an argument of saying, no, I'm better than you. That's Murray, what his argument was.
Murray came in elitist, and he thought he shouldn't have taken the debate because he really thought Dave Smith was beneath him, and that was his biggest thing. And factually, if you go back and rewatch it and just listen to both of their debates and what they were actually saying, outside of some of the ad hom, outside of some of those things, Murray crushed him. It's not even a question. And Douglas, here's the thing. So saying, no way, Douglas appealed to just being in Israel. Douglas killed his cred. He did talk a lot about being in Israel, but there's a reason. But he also talked about the fact that he saw things going on the ground. And you can't argue sometimes with that, right? That would be like me talking about what's going on the border and a border agent coming to me and going, no, that's not happening. And me going, I'm in New York and I saw this, so I know it's true. And the border agent going, I was just fucking there, dude. It's hard. And here's the thing. If you are anti-Israel, Dave Smith's your guy, right? Because that's always this shtick right now is.
And the thing is, I do think that's very fair, but I do think that Douglas killed all of that because he sounded like the exact people.
Like a dickhead.
He sounded like the exact people that would lie about everything they've seen already.
Agreed.
That's the thing. He sounded exactly like that. So there's no reason for anyone to trust him being there, because then they could just write you off as, oh, well, you know, they invited you to come just so that you could write puff pieces like that. That's the whole thing. And, he made himself seem like that. So that's why he came off the way he did. Because personally, that's why I think Douglas lost the debate, because he already made himself the loser. He made himself the loser immediately.
But if you look at the rest of the body of work of Douglas Murray and the things he's done, he's been good on a lot of things. Does he defend Israel? Sure.
Yeah, it's not.
And then maybe it's a little more than my taste, because I don't think Israel is this patron saint country that we need to rush to defend every time either. So it's like I'm on both sides, and I agree with that. You don't have to be in Israel to know the deets in history. Agreed. But the thing is, so here's my problem with all the Israel does everything people. The Israel does everything people only knows the history that they want to know that maybe can further their thing. Only. They don't want to know anything else. Because if it pokes any holes, then you're a Zionist. That's it. That is their only defense to poking holes in any of their debates, where you're a Zionist shell. Okay, then we can't have a conversation. They're just leftist, okay? Because if you poke a hole in a leftist, then you're a fascist. Then you're a bigot. Then you're a racist. Like, the Israel does everything people are the same people as leftists.
I kind of feel like we've had the whole conversation around this video. Do we even need to watch it? And I feel like we've had this whole conversation with
that. We don't need to watch it. And also, I'll go back to my point. Megyn Kelly is on the left. She's a feminist piece of shit, and I hate her. Like,
I never really liked her very much.
She should have been expelled the moment Trump torched her, and she started a feminist show that hates men on CBS. Yeah, and then we saved her after fucking her blackface joke. She's a joke.
Well, I will say this: all of the people that saved her are all of the people that are against her now. Like, it's the same people. Like these.
Well, no,
everyone. Yes.
Glenn Beck's one of the ones that saved her, and Glenn still stands by her.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's
He's
fair.
one of the
I didn't know
main
Glenn,
ones that started to re-platform her.
I didn't know Glenn still stands by her.
Oh yeah, they just did last month. They just did a stage thing together.
That's because Glenn's a nice guy.
Yeah,
he's too nice.
no, but here's the thing: Glenn has known Megan for years. He knows her husband.
No, that's fair. And you know, there's loyalty there. It's the same thing. Like, I completely agree with what Matt Walsh said on Tucker, where if you are, because that's one of the biggest things about being a man is loyalty. It's one of the biggest things every fucking time. You do not call out your friends and like you don't do that shit because you have completely disregarded loyalty. You have shown not to. It's just not a thing that you really do. You go to them privately.
And especially if you have their number.
Exactly. Like
makes a difference.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like throughout this whole thing, Matt Walsh has come out as a top person for me, to be quite honest with you. Just the way he's handled himself.
Matt has handled himself like a gentleman and a leader in this movement. And like more than anyone else at the Wire, like Ben Shapiro has been I liked Ben's speech at TPUSA. I thought it was needed for him to sit there and just call the crazies crazy. But what scares me is if these suits at the Daily Wire are the ones that need to reset things, then we're going back to fucking neocons, and I don't want that.
That's the thing. And especially being the starting speaker, I thought he set the tone, and then he acted like the tone was bad. So like you can't do that. You already set the tone. You made it an attack thing. You made it that way. So now every speech afterwards, of course, is either going to be with you or against you.
Yeah,
you made the whole turning point thing divisive in your speech. And maybe you wanted to. That's fine. But don't act like, okay, now they're attacking you at turning point.
And here's the bottom line, too, and this is the sad part about it all. None of them would have done that if Charlie was still alive. Because Charlie would have looked at it and said, don't you dare go on that fucking stage and air out your grievances at my event.
Yes.
You go out there, you show solidarity, argue fucking later. Let's talk about our victories.
That's the whole point of the event. That's the whole point of the event. Obviously, there's a lot of fucking drama and nonsense and grifters and shit at the event, which the quartering had a bad time at it. But like the whole point of the event is to get people together and find the commonality. That's the whole point.
But at the same time, there was a little catharsis in watching Ben torch Candace. Because you want to know something, though? The only reason I wasn't actually super mad at it, though, is because at that time, Candace and Erica hadn't met yet, and she was still going hard at her.
Yeah.
And Ben and they were friends. And I get it.
That's up for Erica to decide. Look, the people watching Candace are a bunch of women. Why do we care about what women think? Why do we care that much?
Because there was a lot of suburban white women that voted for Trump, and we need them to come back. And if bitch ass Candace is going to make them think Israel is everything and they think JD Vance is a Zionist, then these dumb motherfuckers are now not going to vote for Vance because they're convinced he's a Zionist because Israel, this small country in the Middle East, controls everything.
JD's going to have a bad time that way then because now it's on both sides. Now both sides don't want JD.
Honestly,
who is also trying to be a unifier in some manner.
Honestly, what needs to happen is what Trump's going to do is he's going to sit there and he's just going to like throw one bomb at Israel and be like, see, I don't like him either. Can we all stop? Like Israel's not going to do anything. That's what he's going to do. And they're like, he's going to be like, oh, wait, what am I a Zionist now? I just bombed Bibi. Stop it. Like I wouldn't put it past Trump to do something like that. Just like you like tell Israel like we're going to do one drone strike. No, he does not. He does not have the same opinion as me. Okay. We're in agreement on some things, but my whole personality isn't Israel does everything. And Doug, and Dave Smith's another one. Well, I'm just asking questions. Have some fucking answers sometimes too. And I don't watch all of his stuff, Nate. So maybe he does have answers. But when he debates, I don't know. Dave, again, I don't dislike Dave Smith. I dislike Dave Smith's debate tactics lately when it comes to being a debate me bro. When he used to be better at it before Israel was his whole platform. But I digress. We're going to go on.
Yes.
Eric Doherty. We're going to talk about some wins here. In a stunning victory, Venezuela will buy only U.S.-made products with the money they received from the oil deal struck by President Trump. Let's read what Trump said in his truth post here. I have just been informed that Venezuela is going to be purchasing only American-made products with the money they receive from our new oil deal. These purchases will include, among other things, American agricultural products and American-made medicines, medical devices, and equipment to improve Venezuela's electrical grid and energy facilities. In other words, Venezuela is committing to doing business with the United States of America as their principal partner, a wise choice and a very good thing for the people of Venezuela and the United States. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, Dave, this is exactly what a colony is expected to do.
Yes.
Like Venezuela's our colony now.
Yes.
Which isn't surprising, but it's nice to see in writing.
The thing is look, like, as with basically everyone else other than like fucking Lindsey Graham, we don't want this to be a whole Middle East nonsensical kind of thing, right? Basically, no one fucking wants that. But if we're going to act like a superpower, act like these people in these countries in our hemisphere should answer to us because they should. Funny enough, one, I saw Stephen Miller destroying Jake Tapper on CNN, which is awesome about
I
it.
showed 2 of those clips.
Also, did you watch the fucking Andrew Tate video, which is hilarious?
No.
I don't watch. I saw a clip of
What
it.
did he do?
For some reason, he has this big ass fucking whiteboard behind him. He fucking shirts off. He's wearing like random military shit. But he basically like summed up geopolitics. He's like, you're either a tier 1 country, which is USA, Russia, or China, who gets to do whatever the fuck they want. They're superpowers. You're tier 2, which he said Saudi is like one of them, but you do not have all like your full sovereignty, but you do get to choose to align with either of those countries.
In the words of Trump, you don't have the cards.
Well, yeah, and then you're tier 3, which he said tier 3, you're a shithole, which is like, I don't know, Venezuela, where you don't have a choice. You do not have a choice who you align with. They choose who you align with. And it's just like, yeah, that's pretty much true.
Andrew
That's
Tate is
pretty
really
much
good at
true.
explaining some of this shit to the layman. I don't think Andrew Tate's an idiot. I think Andrew
No.
Tate might be a slimeball in a lot of ways, but he's not a moron.
Well, he's not a good person.
No.
But
I do give him credit for being 44 and going to fight against a 20-something-year-old boxer. Like him getting his ass beat there isn't surprising.
But you don't cry afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the fucking video. He cried.
Yeah,
Be a bitch. Like you were talking shit all the time before that.
The whole time.
You could lose. That's fine. Everyone understands that there's still something in losing. That doesn't matter. You went out there and fought. You fucking cried. You were a bitch afterwards.
Yeah, that, and also the boxer wasn't even that good. The throws he was doing, he was a terrible boxer.
No.
But on top, so here's the thing too. It's like Jake Paul took his loss better initially. I hate that Jake Paul comes out with an excuse every single time.
Yeah.
I was sick for 10 days. No one has a perfect camp.
It's Anthony Joshua. You weren't supposed to win the fight. You
But
know you weren't
also-
supposed to win the fight.
But on top of that, nobody has a perfect camp. Ask any fighter. There's always something that goes on. There's adversity in every camp. You're an athlete. You're supposed to have adversity. That's not an excuse that I was sick for 10 days. So, like, listen, the way he took that L initially, I was fine with. He broke his jaw. He came out and was like, my jaw's broken. The guy's a hell of a fighter. He did the surgery, got some plates. Like he talked about that. Fine. I was fine with it until that excuse came out of, oh, I was sick for 10 days. I don't fucking care. Then don't get in the ring. Like if you were going to lose anyway. You did a good job of running around. You made Joshua look, listen, Joshua didn't look great. He didn't knock you out within the first 2 rounds because you ran. And you got a few good punches in. Joshua didn't feel it because he's a lot stronger than you.
Yeah, because he's a heavyweight.
But he did, listen, against a light heavyweight, the shots that Jake Paul got in would have rocked him. He got a few nice hits in.
He might not have gotten him in on a light heavyweight.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
They're a bit quicker.
They are, but it's not like Jake is slow. Jake's issue was once Joshua started laying on him and putting his full weight on him, you saw he was done. Like once that started to happen in round 4 or 5 and Joshua just weighed on him and waited until he got tired. The moment Jake lost his legs, the fight was over. Yeah. Like he couldn't keep moving. It was done. Also, once he decided to stand and deliver, that's the end of it.
Yeah. Also, I do want to hit this real quick. It said that's not Dave's either. Now, Nate, I will say that because I don't want to harp on this point. You and Alex argue all the time. But I will say this because I know Alex is not going to go listen to everything Dave Smith. If you have a couple things to resemble why you think, just send them over to, because like obviously I think Alex would like to know whether or not he's wrong and whether or not he's wrong or he's right in how he perceives Dave Smith.
And if I'm wrong, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. And like I said, here's the thing. I don't dislike Dave Smith. I think Dave Smith has been pretty solid. And like I said, I don't go watch all Dave's stuff. I think he's a pretty funny comedian. I've seen some of his stand-ups. I laugh at his shit. He's a funny guy. But I don't know. Again, and it might just be libertarians too, because I'm with you, Dave. Libertarians, they have the same communist utopia idea. They just get there in a different way. They're all utopians. Libertarians, a utopian type of ideal. So are fucking commies. They're just different ways of getting there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's commie utopian, but I do
There's
think
different ways of getting to a utopian ideal.
Yeah, and I don't know it. I don't even know if I'd call it utopian. I would just say I just disagree with it being a possibility. That doesn't make it a utopia, right?
And
but
the
I
thing
just
with
disagree
libertarians-
it's a possibility. Anyway,
Libertarians also don't have one philosophy either.
well, that's
It's a big
that's
problem.
always going to happen with their ideology. Is that they're just never going to be able to get together. It's
It's
not
like
a
the
thing.
commercial. There are no rules. Put your shirt
Yeah.
back on, white boy. There's one rule. Like
Yeah.
that's libertarians, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So another big announcement came in from the Don. Phil Labonte over here saying this is something that Gen Z and Alpha would support. I agree.
Mhm.
Now, Dave, let's talk about this because I'll read the announcement and we'll have a chat. For a very long time, buying and owning a home was considered the pinnacle of the American dream. It was the reward for working hard and doing the right thing. But now, because of the record high inflation caused by Joe Biden and the Democrats in Congress, that American dream is increasingly out of reach for far too many people, especially younger Americans. It is for that reason and much more that I'm immediately taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes, and I'll be calling on Congress to codify it. People live in homes, not corporations. I will discuss this topic, including further housing and affordability proposals and more at my speech in Davos in 2 weeks. Dave, opinion.
I like it. I like it. At least, coming out and saying that he's going to do this and he wants Congress to I like it because it is something that I do think needs to happen.
Yes.
We cannot
We've
have
been talking about it forever.
Yeah, we cannot have these corporations buying up all these homes, which in tandem with all the fucking illegals and just immigrants in general coming in and buying up single family homes inflates all the fucking prices. Like it just becomes very difficult for people that are native born to get these things. So I think it's a very, very good idea. I think I know a lot of times, and I have seen this critique about people saying, oh, someone in Trump's ear, when it's like, no, it's Trump himself. And I do the same thing where I'm like, oh, someone good might have gotten in his ear. Like, no, bad or good, it's Trump himself. So, but like, I do think this is a good idea. This is a good thing because it needs to happen. We need to find a way to alleviate some of that shit, especially when it's corporations buying homes.
So I will say this. What this does show is that there is somebody there that, because here's the thing, Trump puts smart people around him because he knows he can't focus on everything.
Well,
right?
He tries to. Sometimes he fucks up.
Sometimes, but I think when it comes to people in the housing department and stuff like that, whoever is there also has a pulse on what his base is saying. And his base has been talking about BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, buying things up and making us into a renter society. And I think that he is listening to that. And I think when was presented to him, he's like, I like that. It's a good idea. I know what they're saying.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and do that plan. People, I could see Trump, when it comes to all these things, going to his secretaries and their staff, anything that I ask you for, what I want at least 2 or 3 plans because I want to pick the best one.
Yeah.
And and like I said, I think, is it Trump making the decision 100%, but I do think there is somebody there that has been listening to this media atmosphere.
Well,
and it's true.
This is a JD Vance thing. This would be a
100%.
JD Vance thing. Like this is something I could see him bringing up to Trump. Now, it might not be him. It might be someone else, but this is something I could see Vance bringing up to Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, listen, I agree. So Random Raccoon, how soft and sensitive can people be to instantly say shit like kill yourself and I hope your whole family dies after one loss? Like, how soft and fragile is your ego? How small is your dick? I've heard worse, but not after only one loss. Is he referring to
The
right
fighting
now
game. The
going
fighting
on with
game is
Oregon?
playing. No, the fighting game. He's playing.
Oh,
Definitely
my
the fighting game.
God.
Dude, I've had people get mad at me like that.
Oh, yeah.
Shit like that. It's incredible.
So Nate saying both part of the problem and skanks.
Well,
I do agree.
I don't know if you missed his statement before that where he said
Oh,
he
about
looks-
it's
yeah.
8 and 9. So it was so here's the thing. The only thing I do have to say is I want to see if you have recent stuff. because I know Dave wasn't like this a while ago, especially when he was more of a comic than into politics, right? Because Dave was a comic first. And if this chair, Dave, this chair keeps on falling down. I need to get a new chair. Anyway, that's why I keep on raising it up, because I keep on falling down. But so he started off much more as just a comedy guy, branched in libertarian, like whatever. And like I said, maybe it's the things that I've seen, Nate, that have painted him that way. And if you have something recent that just gives me a little bit more of his platform about Israel, let's go. I'm in for it. And he's saying both part of the problem in skanks. I do agree libertarians are generally batshit, yes. But there's a small group of them, Dave Smith, Tom Woods, and Scott Horton, that are very sharp and of course we're good. And I agree that, listen, I like Larry Sharp.
And that's the thing.
I like Thomas Massey. I like Rand Paul. Like
even the libertarians that are bad shit do have a foundational thing that I think is actually pretty good.
Not the leftist ones.
What?
Not the leftist ones.
Well, that's true. But like, well, actually, no. Even the leftist ones might actually have, because they have the libertarian foundation at least, where they have some
open borders, dude.
No, but I'm saying they have some things, at least subject-wise, that I might agree with. Now, maybe there's solutions and shit like that I wouldn't agree with. But I'm just saying there are some foundational things there that are good. And like you said, like the names he brought up, the names you brought up, like, no, they're generally a force for good.
Listen, we had Mike Tremont. I like Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
I disagree with Mike, but I like Mike Tremont. Yeah. I think Mike is generally a pretty good dude. Mm-hmm. I have no problem with Mike Tremont. Mm-hmm. We disagreed on some things, but I think we agreed on much more than we disagreed on that episode. Mm-hmm. So again, yes, there are. I'm with you, Dave. I think libertarians, and especially the Mises libertarians, I like the Mises caucus. I think they are the strongest in terms of aligning with my values as a conservative. So all right. And you're playing Mortal Kombat. That makes sense, Raccoon. All right, so let's go. We're going to go to this, and then we're going to go.
Mortal Kombat, is it?
Which one?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, he'll tell us. So Nancy Mace over here, Dave. I think this is a great thing. The fact that Nancy Mace is saying it, I'm not a big fan of Nancy Mace, but here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Saying break in, we just moved to subpoena Ilhan Omar and her brother husband's immigration record in the oversight committee. Federal marriage fraud and knowingly entering a marriage to evade immigration laws is a serious felony punishable by prison time, steep fines, denaturalization, and deportation. Marrying a sibling is illegal in every state. We intend to get to the bottom of it. And the fraud, denaturalize, and deport Ilhan Omar. So I'll say one thing. This means nothing.
That's the thing.
It's going to committee. What is it going to do?
That's the thing. That's the whole thing. And funny enough, Kirsha has brought it up. D-Day Cobra, Jeremy has brought it up as well. D-Day Cobra loves Trump. Yeah. But the thing is, you see all these tweets from like Rapid Response 47, all these tweets coming out. And not to say that nothing is getting, because there are good things getting done.
A lot of things going on, but not the things that we also want to see on
exactly. Top. Stop just tweeting. Like, we need to see certain things happen. Because the thing is, if you squash a lot of these protests in the first place, that shooting doesn't fucking happen in Minneapolis. It just doesn't happen because you stop it in the first place. But because these people aren't just being arrested whole cloth, like, put them in jail for a goddamn night. It's not a big deal. Just do it, because they're obviously obstructing shit and these things don't happen. Yes. So that's why, like, these tweets, that's nice, because I've been saying that for a while, denaturalizing the port. I've been saying that for a while.
I agree with you.
But it would be nice to see it. I don't just want to tweet. I do not just want to tweet.
And it's going to a committee. The committee can't do anything. Like, I guess they could send suggestions to, Pam Bondi, and her desk is the black hole. So when that suggestion gets there, it's gone.
In the first place.
Shout out to Pat Gray Unleashed. I'll steal that one. That gets to Pam Bondi's desk, it's gone. That's a Pat Gray thing. But it goes to committee. They're gonna have their moment. She's gonna sit there and she's not gonna say much, because she's just gonna be like, it's a dog and pony show that my fellow congressmen are here. The Democrats are just gonna lambast the Republicans for having a circus. The Republicans are just gonna go to get their moment so they can put it online and they can get more campaign money. Like, it's nonsense. Like, unless they actually, and here's the thing, Ilhan Omar is not gonna show up. Okay, that's the bottom line. She's not gonna go. Are you now going to get her arrested?
She's gonna posture. What are you going to do? And what you should do is denaturalize and deport. You should be truthful to your word, because she's going to say, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Listen, I'm with you. And I had this conversation. I forget who I had it with. I think I had it with our dad when we were talking about the protesters and how the protesters just get out. And I said to him, I go, just because the law isn't being upheld doesn't mean you can't attempt to hold it up. Right? You have to continue to arrest these people, and you have to continue to make it, give them a consequence. There needs to be a consequence for these actions. They need to get arrested every single time. Like you said, every single time they obstruct, which I liked when I saw the agents have been just going out and fucking grabbing people now and arresting them.
Yeah,
you want to obstruct? Getting arrested, period. Like, I don't care if they keep on sending the waves. There needs to be consequences. And then here's the thing. You get a rap sheet against these judges that just keep letting him go. And now
then you
can impeach the judges. You can remove them because they're not doing their job.
Yep.
So you need to get that. So yeah, overall, I brought this up because I thought it was interesting that, Nancy Mace is a grifter as a fucking congresswoman. She just goes with whatever she thinks is popular. She's a big woman type of thing. But Nancy Mace, when it goes to move the needle, she's not a needle mover. She just likes to get headlines.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes she does good things.
Yeah.
Sometimes she does good things. But for the most part, this is what Nancy Mace is there for, to tweet. And if something comes of this, awesome. But I don't think anything's going to come of it. Yeah. So, all right, what I want to jump to, Dave, because I had a few more things.
I just want to let Random Raccoon get his thoughts out here. Not going to lie, a lot of my games are very similar, but I have like an alternative to each game. Like, for example, I have the Joy of Creation. Yeah, I also have Smiler's Den Deluxe, or like how I have the Return to Bloody Nights, and then casually have FNIA. Kind of says what kind of person I am, not going to lie. I want to say I know. I know the Joy of Creation. Return to Bloody Nights, I want to say I've heard that name. I don't know FNA. I definitely don't know Smiler's Den Deluxe. But no, I understand having alternatives to like games because I agree. Similar fucking things as well. Like especially like roguelites and shit like that. I do it all the time.
So what I want to do is I want to get to an update of the body cam that we have.
Yes.
From the Minneapolis shooting, because we're over an hour now. So if we don't get to the Minneapolis stuff, I want to get to the New York Post article and talk about that too. Gives us a background on who Renee Good is. So yeah, we're at an hour 12. Let's get into the Minneapolis stuff here. We dicked around too much, Dave. So they released the body cam. Now here's the thing. Body cams or whatever it is, it's not a body cam. He uses his phone, but this is smart. For him to come around and just listen to what's being said and look at what happens when he has to drop his phone, draw his weapon, and do his fucking job.
Well, so I believe he already had his weapon drawn.
I don't think he did, because if you watch the video, the other videos, he has his hand over his holster in the other videos, but he has it unclipped. He has it ready to be drawn because they always unclip it.
That might have been what I saw.
Yeah, they unclip it so it can quick draw because they usually have it buttoned and they're trained to flip and go. But if you already have it unclipped, you don't have to take that extra quick second to flip and go. Yeah. So he has it unclipped. So let's see what we have. 47 seconds. And here's the thing. Tell me if he's guilty or not, or if she's the one in the wrong. I hope the puppy wasn't hurt. I want to stop this right here. She looks at him. She sees him. She knows the guy is here now. Now, Dave, I said on the stream yesterday, and it's not initially that I want to give this woman the benefit of the doubt, but I will say this. From the angles I saw before this one, I couldn't confirm if she was trying to hit him or if she initially just panicked because she backed up to try and get an angle. Yeah. And I know people are saying that she would have killed him if she would have kept going because she did slide on ice and her tires were a little forward.
Yeah, I think that's what Tim said, right?
Tim said, and I watched another one. I had another one before Tim too that said it. And I agree. She would have ran him over. I still think she didn't want to get arrested. She knew she was going to. And she was like, I just need to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And I don't think it was her intention to hit or kill him. She was just being a nuisance. Saul Alinsky. That was her whole goal.
And her girlfriend said to drive. You do his video.
Yeah, she said this. So let's see what we got here. If she sees.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning.
And here's the thing. That is the wife now. Yeah. Talking shit to the officer. So the wife is a big part of this.
Also, this is a very weird comment.
Yeah, we don't change our license plates.
We don't change our plates every morning. It's still going to be. That's a very weird comment.
Well, because
you change plates.
You know why? Because part of the tactic of these cars that block is they do have out-of-state plates on there so that when they leave, they change the plates so that the cops can't know it's the same vehicle.
That's fucking crazy. Like that's insane. Like you should have people locked up for that. You can't do that. I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
So let's keep going.
Just so you know, it'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us?
So using the former veteran, disabled veteran, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, then you should be more respectful to people who are law enforcement and generally on your side. Let's keep going.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! Yep. There was from that body cam video, there was not a single thing unjustified about how he reacted.
Yeah. The thing is, like, she doesn't have to be wanting to hit him. You're in the car.
No.
You could very well hit him without wanting to hit him. He's in front of the car. It starts moving. I'm not surprised he shoots. It's not whether... I've said this before. I probably said it in a podcast. People frame things too much and whether people deserve things.
No. Exactly.
That's not what fucking matters. It doesn't matter whether she deserved or did not deserve to get shot. What matters is the context of what's happening, the probability of an officer shooting you because there's a car coming towards him is higher than whether he would do it if it wasn't. That's all that really matters. And now you put in the context of this guy was ran over months before. Yeah, the probability is going even higher. So
and add to that context, already 3 times before that day, DHS cars, ICE cars got rammed.
Yeah. So what matters is probability of something happening.
And the bottom line is, was he within his right as a law enforcement officer to use lethal force because he feared for his life or the life of others? Yes, he did. Because he's standing in front of the car as the woman's wife is yelling, drive, drive, drive. And all he hears is, the car, you heard the tire screeching. Mm-hmm. And he's in front of there. This person's a protester. Like you said, he was dragged by a car 6 months ago. And on top of that, cars got rammed earlier. And from everything we've heard, she was doing this earlier. She was already blocking them. That was her whole purpose.
Not be surprised.
So she's a protester that was doing. Bottom line is, it sucks that a woman died. Period. Loss of life is shitty. But there are consequences to actions. And when you take certain actions, certain consequences are possible.
Yeah,
bottom line, that's it. And he was well within his right to use lethal force. Period.
If you're in a situation that can get bad things can happen. That's just going to happen no matter what. So you need to understand where you are in a situation. And you see in the video, also random record.
Yeah, we'll watch it one more time real quick.
Yeah, but you see it in the video. She has a smile on her face. She doesn't think anything can happen.
No, she thinks because this is how they're trained.
Yeah.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
So real quick too, what the wife here was saying about we're not changing our plates when you come see us later dispels the whole rumor that she was just trying to turn around.
No,
she was just trying to turn around, and she was waving on them to go around. The goal was to protest. And period. She was there as a trained protester. Mm-hmm. Let's keep going.
Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us?
So 2 right there, this is how they play it. One is super nice, trying to play it cool. The other one's the agitator. That's how it works. The condescension and the cool, and then the agitator. They use different tactics to try and get under the skin of the agents here.
And I will also say this. Now, he might not have noticed this while he was walking, but those tires are faced where he was lined up.
Yeah. Well, the reason why they were faced that way, but it's because she was blocking traffic. That was the goal.
Then she backs up. But I'm saying right now her tires are faced to where he would be.
Yes.
If she were to drive. Now, I know she does back up, but this is where his object permanence is right now, and what he knows where the tires are located. If he did observe that.
Shut up, you windows. All right, let's keep going.
You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
So now they're starting to approach, telling her to get out.
Get out of the fucking car.
Back
Out
up.
of the car.
And here's the real thing, real quick. You can see the car buck a little because it slips.
Get out of the car.
See that? How it takes that little pause? That was the car slipping, and it looks like it just like faded to black here, like a movie thing. But that was the car slipping on the ice. If that doesn't happen, this dude's under the car. If that doesn't happen at that time, he's under the car because he only sidesteps, and he's able to sidestep because that happened.
Yeah.
So in the end, we'll finish this up. He fires his shots. He's well within his rights to do this. I know it's overused, but this is quite literally fuck around and find out territory. You play these games, and again, the people that convinced her to do this do not care about her. They do not care that she left behind kids. They do not care that she left behind a wife. She's a soldier. They got their result. The people that are the top people on this got their result. They got ICE to do something. And it's sad that she was used as fodder. But ultimately, this is a damning video, and I'm happy he took it because this is going to exonerate him. It's going to bastardize and damn, like the left's whole argument is done. They're going to still try to make it, but it's done. It was done already, but this is now, it's like, this is now, you just burn the fucking meat. This is well done.
There are plenty of people who still think Rittenhouse shot black people.
It's bad. It's bad. So I want to go to this. So New York Post had an article talking about who Renee Nicole Good was. And so I want to go to that article because I think it will be interesting to get some background, because too often we get a whole bunch of side things. And now this is a report, and I happen to like the Post. I think the Post is a pretty good publication. So this is written by Stephen Vago, Chris Nessie, Natalie O'Neill. So they all work together, obviously.
Real quick.
Yep.
Random Raccoon saying, kind of funny how the people who preach how horrible this is are the same people who couldn't care less about her life and care more about their argument. Very true.
That's very true. They don't care.
And body cam sunk their position. Like I said, I don't even know if that was a body cam. I think that was him holding a camera.
I mean, I didn't see
I'm not
any
sure
other views, but regardless. So let's go to this Post article. So Renee Nicole Good was a Minneapolis ICE Watch warrior who trained to resist feds before shooting.
Yeah, and if I don't know if you've seen some of the other news outlets when they're reporting on this, but they say like ICE verifier and stuff like that.
Oh no, it's a legal observer. That's
well, not even that, but like I've heard verifier and stuff like that because
because they were saying where they are.
Yeah, but also one of their arguments is because they're masked, they don't know whether or not it's ICE, so they want to verify that it's ICE.
It's so lame. It's such a lame argument that will never hold up in court. Yeah. And on top of that, I saw, and I was going to share it yesterday, and I decided not to. The Krasensteins are two giant pieces of shit. We know that, right? Brian Krasenstein, though, he posted a whole thing where they have apps to show like where the operations are going on. He put that on X. So Brian Krasenstein should be brought in for questioning. No, he should be brought in. He should be arrested because he now put federal agents in danger. He should be arrested because he did it openly. Honestly, I really want Trump to go perp walk Brian Krasenstein. Like, I am legally observing despite me being the problem. Thank you. Yes. That is very true. All right. So let's read this article. Let me make this a wee tad bigger. Let's see. Oh, is that too big? Ugh.
Yeah,
can we still see letters?
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Minneapolis, Renee Nicole Good, the mom who was killed by a federal agent after veering her car toward him, was an anti-ICE quote unquote warrior and was part of a group of activists who worked to document and resist the federal immigration crackdown in Minnesota, the Post can reveal. Good, who moved to the city last year, linked up with the anti-ICE activist through her 6-year-old son's woke charter school, which boasts that it puts social justice first and prioritizes involving kids in political and social activism, multiple local sources said. So I don't like that they put woke charter school. You know, that you could just say charter school if you're writing it.
Yeah, they don't have to say that,
piece.
especially with what the quote.
Yeah, exactly. If you're writing it like this, that hurts the objectivity of the piece, right? You could say it's a charter school with those quotes. We'll get it. We will understand it's woke. This is where we need to go back to journalism school. I like the New York Post, but guys, don't do this shit. You ruin the credibility of the whole article just the way we rip leftists that write that way. We need to be better post about right, but post sensationalizes. All right, so there's a quote here. She was a warrior. She died doing what was right. A mother named Lisa. That's a weird way to spell Lisa. Mother named Lisa, whose child attends the same school,
Not a
told
surprise.
the Post at a growing vigil where Good was killed Wednesday. Quote, I know she was doing the right thing. I watched the video plenty of times, but I also know in my heart that the woman she was doing everything right. So obviously Lisa is a woke leftist too. She obviously agrees with the leftism.
Getting our didn't do nothings out.
Exactly. So Good and her wife, Rebecca, 40, were raising the boy together in a mostly working class, activist heavy neighborhood of South Minneapolis, which tree-lined streets and a large number of homes, windows, and decked out in LGBTQ plus flags or signs depicting George Floyd. So gives you a little background. I'm not in favor of this either. I hate when they do this type of exposition, but
why do they have signs depicting George Floyd? What the fuck?
Probably as like he's a martyr, dude.
What
he's Saint Floyd. Anyway, just as many others did in the lefty enclave, Good sent her son to Southside Philly Charter School, a K-5 academy, opened in 1972 that from its inception has been unabashedly dedicated to social justice education, according to co-founder Susie Oppenheimer.
Everything bad comes from the 70s. Yeah. Everything bad comes from the 70s.
Terrible. Okay. It was through their involvement in the school community that Good became involved in ICE Watch, a loose coalition of activists dedicated to disrupting ICE raids in the sanctuary city, which again, Trump should call in the military to all sanctuary cities at this point and just say they are in violation of the Insurrection Act, where they will be under martial law until we can clear out the immigrants and arrest all the mayors. They've chosen this. But let's keep going. Quote, from my understanding, she was involved in social justice. We are a tight-knit community, and a lot of parents are activists. Former Southside gym teacher Rashad Rich, who resigned from the school last month, told the Post. He said current event topics like the killing of George Floyd were regular parts of the curriculum. And that last month, students took a field trip where they learned about Aboriginal issues, a reference to the indigenous people of faraway Australia. Dave, keep in mind, they're K-5, Dave.
When this person was getting the info for this article, maybe they're doing this, but like, fuck that. Like, her background is whatever. Find out about the school.
Yeah, people need to dig into
it. Bad about this school. Get it fucking destroy this goddamn thing. Like
K-5.
Like just absolutely fucking torch it.
This is what they're teaching 5-year-olds to 10-year-olds.
My goodness.
So this is a part of, I guess, an Instagram thing from ICE Watch. Yeah. Get the fuck. I hate the Post when it does that. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Coalitions similar to ICE Watch have cropped up all over the country, with activists using phone apps, whistles, and car horns to warn neighborhoods when ICE shows up. ICE Watch and adjacent groups can also turn confrontational, with numerous instances of activists ramming agents with their cars in the past. Here's a quote here. And this is from the liberal woman, mind you. Renee Good was trained against these ICE agents, what to do, what not to do. It's a very tough thorough training, Lisa said. To listen to commands, to know your rights, to whistle when you see an ICE agent, she added. So this is putting this woman in the proper light. She was an activist.
It's very interesting. And I know you probably saw the clip of the Shirley video where he's at the Leering Center.
Yes.
And that woman is outside yelling, "There's ICE, there's ICE."
Yep.
I'm wondering if she was also a part. Now, she didn't have whistles or anything like that, but she was yelling about ICE for no
ICE here. Here's ICE. No ICE reason. Here. Yep.
So I'm wondering if she's also a part of something like this.
And here's the thing. Now that we know ICE Watch exists, Trump should send federal agents, because now this person was a part of a group that was...
We've known about this stuff, though. That's the thing.
But I'm saying, but now that this is now out in the open in an article in full, now go raid them.
Mhm.
Go rate them. Find out who funds them, because obviously they're funded.
Mhm.
So let's keep going. The group started out as a very loose confederation of anti-ICE activists, but has recently aligned itself with more radical organizations, including Twin City Ungovernables. Of course they
boy.
have.
Oh, boy.
All leftists joined together.
Oh, boy.
ICE Watch recently shared an Instagram post of the groups that encourage agitators to bring items that would help them barricade the streets, which they did later that night, around where the shooting took place, even urging people to bring things to burn, such as dried up Christmas trees. And they did do the barricade. That actually happened. This call for aggressiveness and even violent resistance comes as ICE agents have faced an unprecedented spike in car attacks, surging by some 3,200% over the last year. Shocking data released by the Department of Homeland Security revealed to the Post. Federal officials said violent, radical rhetoric from sanctuary politicians is to blame for vehicular attacks against ICE agents skyrocketing between January 21st, 25 and January 7th, 26. 66 attacks were recorded during that period compared to just 2 the year before. Now, granted,
Because ICE wasn't
they
really.
ramped up all this stuff over the
Yeah.
last year, so I'm not surprised.
ICE was barely a thing. No one cared about ICE beforehand.
Exactly. And they stayed by the border. They weren't in
Yeah,
cities.
yeah.
So that right there is kind of adding without context. I will add that
Yeah.
context. In October, U.S. Border Patrol agents shot an armed woman in Chicago who attempted to run over agents with their car after a group of activists boxed in the agents with 10 cars. Last month, a federal judge dropped the charges against the woman, Miramar Martinez, who survived the shooting. This is the problem.
Yeah,
Get
the
these
activist
fucking
judges
judges
are
out of
one of
here.
our biggest problems. One of our biggest
Oh.
problems is activist judges.
Which, I'm sorry, I brought up Mike Termott a second time. Mike, I was right. Okay, dude. I was right about that. I was right. And
Holding on to the argument.
fucking holding on, because I was right. These judges are not within their purview. They need to be removed. Still like you, Mike Termott. You're still a man. Anyway, Good, a 37-year-old stay-at-home mother of 3 who dabbled in poetry, was shot in the head. That whole sentence. Why would you include that? There's nothing poetic about her getting shot in the head. That's terrible. Anyway, let's keep going here. 37-year-old stay-at-home mother who dabbled in poetry was shot in the head and killed as she sped her SUV in the direction of 2 immigration officers who were conducting an enforcement operation just south of the city's central business district. I mean, Dave, that sentence. Why?
Yeah, I don't know why it was written.
Why'd you have to include? I guarantee some sick motherfucker was like, we're going to include dabble in poetry and it's going to be poetry. Like, no! Bad New York Post. Anyway. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said the shooting, which remains under investigation, was an act of self-defense and that the Goods have been stalking and harassing ICE agents in Minneapolis throughout the day, which other witnesses and what Lisa over there is saying definitely is true, right? These are becoming provable facts as more goes on. County worker Kristen Peter, 30, who was also at the vigil, said Good was on the same ICE Watch team as one of her co-workers and that she herself was attending a meeting of the group that Thursday night. Oh my God. Let's keep going here. Quote, they were on the same team. They would eat meals together, she said, as she waved a little lit bundle of sage at the memorial site. School friend Lisa said a lot of the families associated with the school live in the area where Good was killed. On Thursday, the streets of the neighborhood were lined with heart-shaped signs and quotes by Asada Shakur, a radical black liberation activist who fled to Cuba in the 1970s after being convicted of murdering a New Jersey state trooper. Yeah, it tells you a lot about the people, man. Floyd was killed. Stop it. Of course. Floyd was killed in 2020, less than a mile from Wednesday's ICE shooting. According to the Southside Family Charter School's website, it provides, quote, an academically challenging, socially conscious education to diverse learners and declares it's proud to offer what it calls social justice curriculum. They need to be banned. A photo from its Facebook page shows a dry erase board of students' hopes and dreams for the future, which include Donald Trump's heart growing 3 times as big. They called him the fucking Grinch. Anyway.
I mean, honestly, one of the nicest ways that Trump has been referred to as like some type of monster. I will give him that. I'll give him that. It's one of the nicer ways.
Oh my God. The Goods have no love lost for President Trump themselves, leaving their Kansas City, Missouri neighborhood for Canada after 2024 election with plans to leave the country for good. They lived in the Great White North for a few months before settling in Minneapolis, a former neighbor told KMBC. Rebecca, who was confronting ICE agents outside the SUV at the time of the shooting, which is now confirmed with that body cam, because the body cam wasn't out when this article was up, was filmed sobbing, "It's my fault," after the shots rang out. and she realized Rebecca had been struck. I made her come down here. It's my fault, she said, her face covered in blood after rushing to her partner's aid. They shot her in the head. I have a 6-year-old in school, she said. So, I mean, listen, everyone is turning to the 6-year-old thing. Everyone. And my biggest thing here is, what the fuck are you doing if you have a 6-year-old? Go home. Go home.
They're thinking that they're fighting the Gestapo. And if
Oh,
you're
I know.
fighting the Gestapo, then you're fighting for your child's future.
Oh, yeah,
That's
no,
the
they've
whole
been convinced of this shit.
That's the whole point.
So let's get to some comments after the article.
It's the same thing. Like the same point that you made was made on side scrollers, and there was a comment that said, "Look, if I thought a bunch of fucking commies were doing shit, and it was going to get really bad, and I could stop it, I might leave my child at home to go help fight the commies." Which, like I said, it's an understandable position if you think things are that bad. It's just not reality.
Why are both parents there, though? That's the thing.
Well,
One parent going, sure, right? Like, if I believe that, I would tell my wife, listen, stay at the kids. I got to go do what I got to do.
well, this is also part of their fun.
That's true.
I'm not going to lie to you.
And they didn't think anything was going to happen to them.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is part of their fun because they do not think that things are going to happen to them.
No,
they do not. Like that, her girlfriend or wife or whatever like that was actively trying to antagonize that ICE agent, was actively doing it like nothing was going to happen. So they're acting like they're the ones with the power in the situation.
Well, it's a Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. Read it, everyone. You'll know exactly what's going on in all these situations.
Yeah.
So real quick, let's get to a bunch of these comments. Nate and Raccoon, we appreciate you both. Nate saying technically they are tiny pieces of shit. Yes, they are. Random Raccoon, because there is no God and there is no afterlife, so you only get one chance to enjoy this existence. I don't know. I believe in God and afterlife. Random Raccoon. Oh my God. It's funny using oh my God after saying there's no God. Oh my God. There is a Google definition of what a legal observer is. Now, of course there is. He said there wasn't one yesterday when I looked it up. Listen, this is how they work. They work quick. And I told you guys yesterday, we were going to start hearing that term over and over and over.
I've heard that term before this.
I've never heard it before in my life.
You've never heard that before?
Nope,
so,
it's not real.
That term is thrown around in areas like a sovereign citizen type things and all that.
We can't make this shit up.
So that term, I've heard of that long before this.
These people are a menace to society. So here's the thing. If a sovereign citizen is saying it, then it's really not real because sovereign citizens aren't real.
But I'm saying like
I get it.
This is something that has been thrown out that I've heard this term like a while ago.
See, I've never heard it before. So I'm happy you have because I've never heard it. I want to get to this real quick comment. It's a throwaway one, but Tim Pool posting up saying it's terrifying that we've come to a point where middle-aged white women are willing to kill federal agents for their ideology. And Dave, you said it's always been this way, right? This is where they've always been.
Always have been.
And I mean, listen, it was proof of they were willing to do it because they were the front lines of the George Floyd arguments. They were putting in these moms because they were convinced no one's going to attack a mom. It would look bad.
Yeah. And look, the thing is, a lot of these women have the understanding that they both have the ability to attack and also be the victim. Whether or not they consciously understand it, they just understand it through the biology of being a woman. They know that they could try to hit you and then cry, and then someone will defend them. They know that for a fact. Guys can't fucking do that. They know that they could do that. So they have nothing actually stopping them from trying to get violent. That's why in lesbian relationships, the domestic violence is skyrocketed compared to every other type of relationship because they just act on that shit and they're perfectly fine.
Well, societally though, we do teach boys from a young age don't hit girls, and we really don't teach. We teach girls don't hit, but as they get older, we go, if they hit you, you don't hit them back. That is societally what we've taught boys.
Because the thing is for the most part,
well, it's because it's true.
If a chick's gonna hit you, it's not going to hurt very much. They're the weaker sex. So that's why as a guy, you don't hit them back
resist.
Because it's going to be like Ray Rice where she's hitting you, but you knock her the hell out. So you don't do that. You have control of your emotions as a guy. But when the power, the leverage is on the other side where she's in a win-win situation, she's just going to do whatever the fuck she wants.
So random raccoon saying, but I looked it up yesterday and there was no actual definition, and that's what's confusing me. And also saying he's more confused about the comment from that lectern guy. Number one, the lectern guy is fucking awesome. Adam's fantastic. So if random raccoon, he's the one that picked the lectern up and put it down during J6 and got arrested for it. The comment there is saying they normalized murder by saying abortion was healthcare. We got here because we stopped being honest. And what he's saying there, raccoon, is we've given up so many fights to women in general in terms of things that we know to be true and know not to be true, that we have gotten to the point where women think that they are untouchable. That's generally what he's saying. Dave, is that a good way to sum it up?
I think that's pretty much what he's saying. I think so.
All right.
Maybe.
So I want to get to this, Dave, because we talked about the Portland shooting yesterday, but I didn't have as many facts because it was kind of coming in as we found things out. So here is what the official word from Department of Homeland Security is. Yesterday, 2 suspected Tren de Aragua gang associates let loose on American streets by Joe Biden, weaponized their vehicle against Border Patrol in Portland. The agent took immediate action and defended himself against others shooting them. The driver of the vehicle, Luis David Nico Moncada, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela and suspected Tren de Aragua gang member. He illegally entered the U.S. in 2022 and was released into the country by the Biden administration. Since then, he was arrested for DUI, which he should have been deported for then, and unauthorized use of a vehicle. Should have been deported then as well. He was on his final order of removal. There should be no order. Just get him the fuck out. Anyway, the passenger, Yorlenis Bethzabeth Zambrano Contreras. What a fucking name.
They didn't need to put the whole name.
Jesus. But no, they did it so that they can let you know she is really fucking Spanish. Anyway, is a criminal illegal alien from Venezuela and is associated with Tren de Aragua. She illegally entered the U.S. in 2023 near El Paso, Texas, and was released into this country by the Biden administration. Since illegally entering, Contreras played an active role in the Tren de Aragua prostitution ring and was involved with a prior shooting in Portland. So, thing is, too, you look at this here, Dave, they're both from Venezuela. Now, I don't know if this is coincidence, but that certainly plays into Trump by when he always says they let in so many Tren de Aragua. They are dangerous. We're going in there to crack down on the gangs. So
fucking yoinked Maduro.
Yeah.
But it's the thing is, mass deportations is the nice thing.
Yeah.
It is the nice thing. It is the soft way of doing this. That's the thing. And so when this happens, especially if they're Tren de Aragua, I don't give a fuck. If they're trying to hurt people and they're running away.
Out.
We're trying to get you out because you're not supposed to be here. You're here illegally. If you're going to actively take steps to completely and totally disregard that, you are forfeiting things. Very simply put.
And the bottom line is, if you're here illegally, you should get out anyway, right? But if you're here illegally, you're being fucking quiet about it. You're just trying to go about your day and you don't generally get in trouble. The chances of you actually getting deported right now are still ridiculously low because you're not a target. They don't care. If you're just going about your day, yes, you're illegal, but you're just going to work, coming home, raising your kids. You don't get arrested for DUIs. You don't cause any problems. Generally, everyone's going to leave you the fuck alone, including DHS. But the thing is, any people like this that are caught, they should be open and shut. There shouldn't even be a trial. We caught you. We drag you. We place you over the border in Mexico. We point a gun and say, walk. That's it. That's all that should happen to these people. Get the fuck out of here. Like, it's insane. Random Raccoon saying, have you seen a rape case against a woman versus a rape case against a man? I think they are pretty untouchable in comparison. Sadly, this is true.
And the thing about that is, though, is that so things...
It's because we've allowed it.
But there's a reason for that, though, because in a lot of ways it should be allowed because they are physically the weaker sex. They can do literally nothing if a man wants to do something to them. Most women can do literally nothing if a man wants to do something to them. Almost all, actually. So there's a reason why things are set up the way they are. But the issue is that once things become to a point where we act like everything is so equal. We can't keep playing the same way we used to play, because then it just completely disadvantages one side. And then that side starts getting fucked over in every way.
And all you need to see to know about the biological realities is every single authoritarian state that has heavy-handed rule of law is ruled by men. I have not seen a single heavy-handed authoritarian state that is ruled by all women and are subjugating all men, or generally majority women subjugating everybody else. You know, you don't see that. There is no Amazon. That place doesn't exist. If there's ever these authoritarian, heavy-handed places, it's because the men have decided they want to take control of that area, and they do. And they rule by an iron fist. And they rule over everyone, a cabal of men. And they listen, there's some women in power that they put in there. But for the most part, it is men ruling over everything. And that's it.
Men rule physically, women rule mentally. Like that's how they
psychological ninjas. Ninjas. Yeah. And ninjas. What's a ninja?
Yeah. And ever heard of pepper spray or taser? It's why they were made public, right? Yes, in a way, tasers don't work that well if a man really wants to get
it. And in a lot of places, they're illegal.
And some of the pepper spray that's sent out might work a little bit, but yet again, if the guy really wants it, it's only going to work so much.
And if you have a dude that's high, which is typically a lot of the guys are really drunk, a lot of the dudes that are doing this, they don't feel a goddamn thing.
Exactly. Like
the kicking in the nuts doesn't work.
It's much better for women to get the fucking mini guns that they were kind of showing.
The burn a launcher.
Like the purse gun. No, not the burn a launcher. It's like another thing. But like that little fucking purse gun shit, even like those are much better. Look,
a little 22 because it has some stopping power.
Yeah, if a guy is gonna try to do things like that to you, like you have every right to just hit him with that shit.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying you should hit a girl if they hit you, but when I see crimes being treated different, I think that is unfair, and that's true. So it is unfair, but when it comes to the different sexes, there is some play there for things to be different.
And guys aren't going to report a domestic with a girl slapping him. Typically, if a guy walls off and fucking backhands a woman and she goes and reports it and there's that bruise on her face, it's a lot more, and you're not going to bruise as easy either for a guy. Look, there's the evidence isn't going to be there.
Look, I knew a guy who was getting stalked. He was getting stalked by a chick, and it was not taken seriously very much at all. She stopped, luckily, but that shit can turn really bad.
Absolutely.
Even if you're a guy getting stalked by a chick. But it's just different ways of viewing things. And I'm not like, the thing is, like, I like the older way better, but things need to be, the playing board needs to be set more in that tradition if the older way is going to be used.
So we are going to jump over here to the drive-by media.
Large men can take 9mm. Police need to show donut operator when they go to schools. That's also true.
That's very true. So right here, we're going to watch Scott Jennings and the drive-by media drop some bombs. It's a 3-minute clip. But I mean, Scott Jennings is on point here, and he usually is over here. So
a lot of people witnessed this. There have been a lot of witnesses on television today. We played some. I saw another interview with another witness who said that this lady in the van was the leader of a convoy that was attempting to impede and obstruct the road where legitimate law enforcement operations were taking place.
Now, you see what's funny? Watch her face as he's just giving facts, right? Mm-hmm. She is getting angrier and angrier because he's saying things she can't dispute. All she has is a potential ad hom. Mm-hmm. So, and this is what Scott Jennings is so good at doing when he's over on CNN. He just has the facts. He uses them. But then he's not also afraid to tell someone when they're being a retard. Like, he does it real well. Mm-hmm. Keep on rolling here.
I would also like to know if that is true, because that's what an eyewitness has said. If that is true, I think one of the questions we have to ask is, why are people believing that it is okay to create vehicle convoys for the purpose of impeding federal law enforcement? My suspicion is it's because they've been told by politicians that it is their responsibility to do so.
So what do you think the viewer on CNN is thinking every time Scott Jennings talks?
I don't think they listen.
You think they shut him out? Do you think he's getting to deaf ears?
I think when you're in the airport and CNN is just on the TV, you're not actually listening to it. It's just playing.
The drive-by media at its finest. That's quite literally what it is. You're walking by, you're the drive-by media.
Like, they tried CNN Plus. Remember that fucking disaster?
And they were making Chris Wallace their fucking centerpiece. terrible. Absolutely.
No
terrible.
one watches this.
No one
shit.
gives a fuck about them. But you know what though? Scott's great. We
I
love
know.
Scott.
It is, in fact, a felony to obstruct federal law enforcement activities. If you don't like the immigration laws, that's a legitimate position. But you don't change laws by creating convoys to obstruct law enforcement officers. You call the politicians and ask them to change the laws. Political vigilantism is...
What's funny is you see Anna Navarro there. Technically, Anna Navarro is quote unquote on his side because she's a Republican. It's so funny. She's you want to talk about lol cows? Everyone on the fucking View is a lol cow, okay? The whole View. They should name themselves fucking lol cows unite. Like, or fucking
Keemstar should buy the View.
Hephalitises. Like,
maybe the null cow universe will get better.
Fucking put Wings and Boogie on there on the panel and let them go and talk. Let's keep going here.
Getting people killed. This lady should not be dead. I hate it that she is dead because this poor kid, as Anna said, is an orphan. I don't love in any way, shape, or form that someone is dead, but we have to ask ourselves hard questions about why people are putting themselves in these positions, and we've seen it all over.
That smug bitch's face, Dave. Look at her face. Like that is...
Well, that's the thing, though, right? This is the face of someone that has power. She has the power here. We can agree with Scott, and Scott can be correct all the hell he wants on CNN. She has the power here. That's why she can just make this smug ass face, because she knows no matter what she says, it's all going to go in her favor. It does not matter. This is just clip farming for the right. That's all it is. It's just Scott clip, which is fine.
But what's good though is, what this is good though is this is good stuff to save sometimes though, because when you were having that debate, we'd be belligerent leftist, and maybe you're not really good at articulating what your position is. You could just say, here, I have this clip. This guy, Scott Jennings, he's on your network. You maybe have seen him. Listen to what he says, and let's talk about what you could disagree with there, because all he is stating facts. Because he's really good at laying them out.
Yeah.
And I think that's always helpful. And I think that these clips can be helpful if you're not a great debater and putting it out there. Like you can use things like Scott, because Scott's really good at it.
Because they're Americans and they can't stand what they are seeing. I don't think it's.
Does that mean you can impede a law enforcement officer?
No, but that wasn't the case on January 6th either, and they were pardoned. And just this week, they were marching.
That's all she was thinking. In her head, she was going, J6, 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 J6. Like, that's all she goes to. We're not talking about J6, bitch.
Down the street to the Capitol again. Why are you shaking your head?
Because this cannot be your go-to.
No, I'm not saying that.
On January 6th,
I am pro
Democrats said we're pro law enforcement. Today they say they're Gestapo. Which is it?
I love that. On January 6th, they say they're pro law enforcement. Now they're Gestapo. Which is it? And the answer is both. Unfortunately, it's both. Because it's people like that. Like, she's lying. She's not pro law enforcement. That bitch ain't pro law enforcement. She is pro whatever I'm told to say at that time. Period.
Is it?
No, I will say the vast majority of Democrats are pro law enforcement, and we believe that law enforcement.
He says they're Gestapo.
Wait, pause it. That's her name?
Yeah.
Denaturalizing the port.
No, Cheadle, Hinojosa.
Denaturalizing the port. Just based off the fucking name.
This is your radical position. Denaturalizing the port. That should be, Dave, we should make a show spin-off, and your show should just be named Denaturalizing the Port. Where you would just go find
How are we just allowing
you go find people for 2 hours that you think should be denaturalizing the port and hear them speak and just fucking scream that at the end of everything they say.
Come on.
All right, let's listen to the future former American.
Do you agree?
Scott, let me finish. I do not agree. Let me finish. Many Democrats, and the vast majority of them, are pro law enforcement. They believe that law enforcement should actually get the training that they deserve and they need. Hold on, I'm not done.
This is where they go back to get the training. Who the fuck are you to know what training they need?
Yeah.
You have no idea what they need. Better de-escalation. Are you there? Do you know what training they get?
She's a part of the same people that say that the cops should just shoot people in the leg.
Oh, well, Stephen A. Smith's dumbass. He had the time to step out of the way. He could have shot him in the tires.
Stephen A. Smith fence sat in that video. He completely fence sat.
Of course he did.
Like Stephen A. Smith is for Stephen A. Smith. He knew it would look bad if he said that the shooting was completely justified. But he also knew that it was justified. Yeah. That's why he fucking fence sat there.
Agreed. There's a lot of people that want to take that fence sitter of, while I agree with the law enforcement, I just feel bad. Like, hey, listen, we all feel bad that people die, but there are consequences to actions, period. That's all. And people need to be held to account. When you fuck with a federal law enforcement officer and you attempt to hit him, inadvertent or not, you take your life in your own hands, period.
Yeah.
Not the law. That's not, you made the decision, not the law enforcement officer.
Just don't put yourself in these stupid fucking positions. People do this all the time. And then the question is always like, well, what if you were in that situation and you were, I would never be in that situation. I'm not going to put myself in that type of situation. I'm not so risk adverse or thinking that I have all the power in a situation that I would do that.
And the bottom line is the officials could be quelling this by saying, listen, if you want to protest, do not impede their operations. And that's all they got to say. No, do not impede. They won't. Here's the thing. I will say this.
It impeded.
They do. They want this. And here's the thing. It's funny. Walt started to say it because Walt's got his scalp. That's the bottom line. Yeah. They'll say it now because they got their scalp.
Yeah.
Now that they got their scalp, now they could say it, and now they can use this.
And because now things can be less about him helping fraud in his fucking state.
Oh, I hope that they arrest him tomorrow, and they can be like, "Motherfucker, we were still monitoring you."
Yeah.
Hold on.
You don't know about this guy's training.
Let me tell you.
Stop implying that he's not training.
In Minnesota,
he was dragged by a car last summer.
In Minnesota,
I do dislike the argument that he was dragged by a car last summer. I get that it's contextual. But to me, that gives the left a little bit, then why was he there?
Yeah.
Type of thing, right? Yeah. Stop bringing that up, guys. It doesn't matter. If he's fit to do the job, it doesn't matter what happened 6 months ago. Yeah. If what happened 6 months ago is potentially impeding his judgment now, which is what everybody's implying by saying that had a basis in his judgment. If what happened 6 months ago impedes his judgment, then he shouldn't be there.
I think most people would shoot if they were in that situation.
I agree.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the argument should be that just most people would shoot in that situation no matter what.
Yes, but I just don't like adding that context. Because if I'm a leftist, I'm going, oh, if he was in that situation 6 months, should he have been on the front line? Yeah. Who approved him to come back?
They can make that argument.
It's an easy argument to make. The right's making it for him.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Let's finish up this thing. I'll stop it probably 6 more times.
Blocks from where this woman was killed was the George Floyd shooting. What
Who
happened
cares?
at the time is the Justice Department entered a consent decree with the Minneapolis Police Department wanting to provide those law enforcement officers training so something like that would never happen again. And Donald Trump's administration...
That was a part of his training. That was a part of his training.
Derek Chauvin shouldn't be in jail.
To do that was a part of his training.
Yeah. And he wasn't on his neck.
Keep going.
That was proven as well.
Yeah, keep going.
Completely dismissed that matter. And so now Minneapolis law enforcement officials are not getting the training that they need. Democratic Party is pro-law enforcement. They were pro-law enforcement on January 6th. They didn't issue those pardons.
They call them the Gestapo, Sochi.
They're pro-law
they call them murderers. They call them Nazis.
Why is it one rule for ICE? And why is it another rule for the Capitol Police or the Republican Party? Can you answer that question?
I have the same rule for all law enforcement. I think we should respect all law enforcement.
Has two rules.
You all have select one day a year. One day a year you like the cops.
Well, look,
the other 364 days you call them the Gestapo. That's the Democratic position.
That is not what the Democratic position is.
And this is why I like Scott, though. Because while Scott lays things out, he's also not afraid.
A lot of people witness this. There have been a lot of witnesses on
Scott. He's also not afraid when they start to be dumb. He's not afraid to dish it back to them. So I do like the way Scott handles these people. He's very good at it.
Also, real quick, getting through some, but you still got assaulted. That doesn't make it right. Just because they're weaker doesn't mean your retarded decision should get punished less, which is true. Also true, but I also think that you have to take into account things that are actually become abuse and shit like that. Look, relationship dynamics are so goddamn fucked most of the time, especially when it comes to domestic abuse. Usually it's both parties doing it. Usually it's nonsense. Cops are called to the house all the goddamn time, and they know that both parties are doing this shit. So it's the whole thing is fucked. But yeah, I understand that position completely.
But here's the thing. It also comes down to masculinity and femininity, period. Because if you're the man, if you are masculine, you are typically more logical. Therefore, you understand these emotional outbursts by women who are typically more emotional. And they have these outbursts. You were built stronger for the reason not to take abuse, But the bottom line is sometimes you deal with the emotional opposite. Now, listen, my wife doesn't touch me. You're very good. I don't touch her. She doesn't touch me. Most normal relationships do not have any physical issues.
Well,
most.
How do you think Sean Connery said sometimes they need a little bit of a backhand? Because he probably was in the relationships where she touched him, he hit the backhand, and it was all cool after that.
And the bottom line is, the thing is, while I agree with you, by rule of law, there should be equality, period. But, yeah, you're laughing at yourself with Sean Connery. There should be equality, period. But at the same time, you have to take into the roles, okay? The masculine role is to be the stronger one, period. And at times, if that happens, it is not your role to sit there and, go and equality everything. There is equality is mostly a myth when it comes to different, like those types of things, okay? Nate saying, did you press on it already?
I went to school with at least 7 deportees. Man, I think I could actually put a hard and fast rule on this. If you have too many X's, Y's, or Z's in your name, you're just fucking gone. You're immediately gone.
I'll call them all Quetzalcoatl. That's all they're going to be. They're all Quetzalcoatl.
Let me finish. Let me talk. Also proceeds to talk over everyone in the room. Yes. Yeah, of course.
So I want to get to this. This is a little bit of an aside from the Minneapolis.
My wife has yet to break my master lock. I'm with you guys. No one should be able to break your master lock, Nate. So that's very good.
Is it the Chris Masters master lock? Are we really getting it in there and locking it in with Chris Masters?
You gotta cinch it in.
You gotta get it in. If it's Chris Masters, and if anyone breaks the master lock that Chris Masters taught us, then you're doing it wrong. Yeah. You're doing it wrong because no one has ever broken the master lock. I think someone broke in his final match.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley broke it. That was such a good stick. Anyway, so this is from Andy No, and this is kind of backing what we were saying about the far left extremists here. Far left extremists mobilized to block and attack federal agents in the city. They have been incorrectly told by online activists that DHS does not have legal authority to detain the U.S. Citizen, which I saw people say they're retarded. So this was someone fucking around and find that out.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of the way! Out of the way! Get out of the way!
And the balls of these people, like honestly, the balls of these people sitting there and
it's just weird to me, man. Look, whether it's police or a normal person, for me, the deference of power goes to the people that have a gun on them. I don't fuck with people who have a gun on them. That's simple.
We got to give police batons back. We got to give them batons back. Because you know what? There's no reason they should be fucking wrestling with these people. They should have the batons out, beating the ever fucking shit out of them until they back the fuck up. There's no reason that these cops should be in harm's way that way. Because right now they're wrestling with a mob of people, and they're fortunate right now it's 4-on-4, and they're better trained more than likely. But if it's 4-on-10, 20, these people could be killed easily. At least if they have a baton in their hand, it evens odds a little bit. Let's keep watching these psychos.
Back now! Get the fuck back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Here's also the problem. All of those motherfuckers that rushed in should also be on the ground.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be that person. Yeah. They can take all of them into custody, and they should say anyone else gets within 5 fucking feet of us, you're going down. Because it's done. It's ridiculous. They should all be arrested.
Right now. Who's down there? What's your name? Give me your hand. Who's down there? What's your name?
Give him your hand.
Why?
Don't step up here.
I am actually genuinely surprised that we're not hearing that woman down there screaming, "I can't breathe! I can't breathe!" Because that's what they go to. I can't breathe! I can't breathe! I'm genuinely surprised. Let's we'll watch a little bit more of this. I don't know if we have to watch the whole thing.
Stand back. Not here. Here. Yeah.
Real quick, look at the knee placement, everyone. That is a standard cop procedure. Look at the knee placement. Like, what are we doing? That gives you, Dave, you've done jujitsu, you've fought, right? You have somebody in that position, you're in control. Arms behind, knee there, they're done.
I mean, obviously.
But I'm just saying, but that is the reason why they use that. It is a position of control. He's not, it's hurting a little, right? That hurts. A knee's on you, but you're not going to kill them that way.
You want to pin the shoulders. Right?
Yes.
The shoulders are pinned. You can't move.
Can't move. You can't access your core. You can't do anything. Yeah. So we don't have to watch the rest of this. It's just, again, fuck around, find out. This may be, Dave, the last thing because we're past 2 hours, Dave. Holy shit. We're going to watch this.
What happens when I'm on here? We yap too much.
Well, no, I've been going well over 2 hours. Dad actually yelled at me. He's like, what is this 2 hours and 20 minutes? I'm like, shut up. You don't do anything. But so right here, Bill Mitchell, which I never said, I actually love Bill Mitchell's tag, Michiavelli. I never noticed it was Michiavelli. That's awesome. I'm not going to lie. Okay. He writes, arrest her. Philadelphia's defiant sheriff just crossed a dangerous line by threatening to arrest federal ICE officers. Philadelphia Sheriff Rochelle Bilal brazenly warns, you don't want this smoke because we will bring it to you. I'm going to read that. Let's just start watching this fucking clown.
Why is every single person in a position of like every single that's ahead of firefighting, police, everything is a black woman? How the fuck does that happen?
So you want to laugh? Because Julie likes her cop dramas.
Yeah.
Like she likes always like CIS and CSI and NCIS, stuff like that. I like NCIS. Mm-hmm. But so she started watching 911.
Yeah.
911 is some of the worst fucking acting out of the bunch. And they're not great actors, okay?
Well, it's all porn acting.
But the thing is, the police chief is not only is she a black woman, she's like 4'11" and 90 pounds. And then she like acts like that, like tough, really tough. And I'm going to be tough and stand up to you. It's like, you could be used by the fire people to like get a kid out of a tree. Like you're a stick. Get the fuck out of here. Like, God, I think my biggest issue is like, if you're going to cast a black woman to be in that role, make it Lash Legend. Okay. Like she walks up as a cop, you're looking going, yes, ma'am. Like, right. Like Lash Legend, you ain't fucking around if she walks up to you. Like she's Diesel. She'll kick the shit out of you. Right. Like if she rolls up to the top, she's chief, she's something like that. You're just like, all right, I get it. You probably could do PT as good as the guys. You're big, you're strong, understand. This chick, fuck's she doing? That little 4'11" thing on 911? Like, at least give me a believable character, right? Like, listen, Queen Latifah's a shitty actor, but when Queen Latifah's playing a cop and stuff, I could see her. She's not a small woman, right? Queen Latifah lays on you. You got to use some muscle. You ain't getting up. So, all right. So let's see what this really qualified officer has to say.
Good afternoon. I'm Rochelle Bilal, the sheriff for the city.
Who said good afternoon back? She's doing a fucking speech. Hold on. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
I want to go back. Nobody says, why did you say good afternoon back?
Good afternoon. I'm Rochelle Bilal.
Oh, it might have been a kid. If it's a kid, I take it back.
I like being polite.
Might have been a kid. If it's a kid, I take it back. If it's not a kid, what the fuck are you doing?
Sheriff for the city and county of Philadelphia. And I say her name, Renee Good.
Oh, my God.
Renee Good.
Oh, quickly. Did you see that there's a bunch of black people on making videos saying, man, we can't say her name. That's only reserved for black people?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, there's been a few people going out there saying, like, we can't say her name. Like,
I love that.
It's so
at some point, I have to show you. Kirsha covered it, but I have to show you the Atlanta being Atlantis thing.
Atlanta being Atlantis?
Yeah, a whole bunch of.
She knew about that. What's up, Ron? Yeah, we're still here. We're not going to be here too much longer, but I appreciate you. Yeah, Ron was mad at me because we're doing it tonight. He had the Christmas party.
A whole bunch of DEI thought Atlanta was actually the Atlantis.
Oh, I did hear that. Okay, I did hear that. She talked about that on Side Scores.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. We have 3 minutes and 21 seconds here. Let's see what we can get through.
Renee Good. This should not have happened.
It's a religious
but we're here today.
Yeah. It's weird.
Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made up ICE, probably trumps a new army to attack.
Fake made up Trump's new army. ICE has been around for like 20 years.
You play it. Play it. It's nothing to say.
Citizens of the United States. Did you hear what I said? No law enforcement.
Is she a fucking preacher?
Yes.
She's a preacher. She's not a police chief. Can I get an amen?
Professional wears a mask. None.
Yours don't have to because you don't solve any fucking crime in Philly. If you're not doing anything, you don't have to wear a mask. If you're fucking working with the criminals, you don't have to wear a mask. Fuck crime happen. What crime gets solved in Philly? There's a reason why you don't go to South Jersey is because a fucking person from Philly might come get you. Or Camden, but they're cross straight lines. Camden and Philly, they both work together.
Those that come into our communities wearing a mask to commit crime, thank God for our district attorney, Larry Krasner, who say he's going to lock them up. And I'm saying now, we are not going to whisk you away for them to hide your identity, because when you do it there, you're getting arrested there.
Here's the thing. What are you arresting them for? They're doing a lawful order. You can't arrest them.
Yeah,
this is posturing and bullshit. Here's the thing. I hope Trump sees this and orders like 2,000 fucking ICE agents into Philadelphia.
Yeah, just go
immediately sends them there. Like, it just says, fuck you. Do it. Do it. And you know what he should do? The first thing he should do is he should run every record of every fucking person working in the precinct.
Yeah.
And if there's a single illegal, he should break in that door and fucking arrest them and to go right up to the police chief and go, did you hire them? You did? Stand up, please. Because I'm done. I'm done with this shit. This person has no power, okay? This police chief in Philly, you are a queen in a small fucking castle. Yep. You have zero power. Yep. Just emboldened by her bullshit.
No whisk away for them to hide you. None of that here. None of that here. Law enforcement professionals do not shoot at moving vehicles.
She's a retard.
What if it's moving towards you? What if it's moving towards you?
She's a retard. Okay, you know what? Actually, let's do a demonstration. Go stand on the fucking highway. Let someone go 2 feet. Let you be right near the car. Let that car accelerate. Just don't do anything. Just sit there, please. Just stand there. Show me how you would handle it. Oh, sorry. Stop. Don't go.
She might be able to tank the hit, to be quite honest with you.
She might just whisk him away. God, let's keep.
Not saying fleeing because she wasn't fleeing.
What? What? Hold on.
Wait.
I can't.
Did you just say that she was trying to hit? Wait.
What did she say? She wasn't fleeing. What do you mean?
And what was she doing?
And then, and here's the thing. At this point, I don't know if she saw the body cam. She doesn't seem like the type of person that would care.
Yeah.
That the wife is going, go, drive. It was quite literally out of a getaway movie. Drive. Oh my God. Let's see what she was doing, apparently.
She was getting out of the way.
I'm e-fapping this fucking thing because everything she says deserves to be
This is hell. That's what it is. It's hell.
Law enforcement professionals do not stand in front of moving vehicles invoking an action that is illegal.
The vehicle wasn't moving?
What do you mean invoking an action? Keep it playing. I can't. We'll be here for another 2 hours if we keep
never read a law. I'm sorry. This explains Philadelphia's law enforcement to a T. This is their leader.
They put fucking Medea as the goddamn police chief.
Hey, Nona loved Medea, okay? You do not besmirch Medea on this show.
That is true.
Medea's amazing.
No, we don't. And so we stand here today with all those who stand against the made-up, fake, what you can call ICE, professional law enforcement. I don't call them none of that. I call them made-up, fake, wannabe law enforcement.
That's a long name.
Because
why wouldn't you say anything else?
Wannabe law enforcement.
Anyone talking about it at any time, you have to say that every time. You call him something else.
This is why Akira Toriyama shortened Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan
Yeah,
and just called it Super Saiyan Blue.
Yeah, she's doing the same thing.
It's just a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. That's all this is. Can always bring it back to Dragon Ball, baby.
What they do is against not only legal law, but the moral law.
What? This woman, we should have done the whole show on her. I didn't realize. I actually didn't watch this. We should have done the whole show on her. Legal law. There is no such thing as moral law.
Look how sad that guy is in the background.
Him?
Yeah. Black
He
guy,
probably
right?
hates the rabbi sitting next to him.
He looks like he's suffering. Suffer, random guy.
So I'm with the DA, and we will work with them. If any of them want to come in this city and commit a crime, you will not be able to hide. Nobody will wish you off. You don't want this smoke.
Like, here's the thing, though. Like, why? Like, why can't you just go up there and, like, all these people feel the need to either, like, pretend to be something they're not, right? Like, go in there and, like, Jacob Fry, like, cursing. Like, that was so unnatural.
Man gets his back blown out by Somalians all the time. Who the fuck is he?
The dude, and then for her, like, you don't want the smoke. You learned that term from your grandson yesterday, okay? Shut the fuck up. My God.
Because we will bring it to you.
No, you won't.
And the fake, whatever,
and you
they
will
call
lose.
it.
It's like Venezuela saying they're going to fight America. If you actually fought that battle, if you actually wanted to fight that battle, you would lose 100 times out of 100. You would literally have no chance. There is, like, the negotiations here are so stupid.
Well, here's the thing. They're used to being able to negotiate. They don't realize they can't anymore.
Not even negotiate. They're used to just getting their way.
And the thing is, this has to be enough for the FBI to go and investigate a conspiracy here. Conspiracy to obstruct legal operations.
Yeah.
This has to be enough. Like, this, she's quite literally threatening federal officers.
Because I can't say the name, but the criminal in the White House would not be able to keep you from going to jail.
Donald Trump should personally drive with fucking ice into Philadelphia, like George Washington crossing the goddamn Delaware. He should drive. They should put him on the front of a fucking slow-moving thing. They should drive in there at 2 miles an hour so everybody sees them and just go do their fucking job. Wild.
Nay Good should be here today. And to her family, we are saying law enforcement professionals are not the ones here in this city that would do that.
Agreed. You guys will let her do whatever the fuck she wants, number one. And number two, yes, Renee Good should still be here. If she was not trying to impede legal operations of federal law enforcement, and she didn't accelerate towards a fucking ICE agent. God.
But here's
the show's gonna be
last
3 hours
thing that
now.
I would say. Law enforcement professionals around the country do their job. And we have been fighting for years to build that bridge between us and our community.
Again, you don't do anything.
You have one negative nutcase that causes this problem, and now we all have to fight again to let people know law enforcement works with communities. These crimes would not be down if we didn't have communities work with us.
This crime would not be down if we had not changed the definition over and over.
Yeah.
My God, I did not realize that was going to be that bad. Holy shit,
He
Dave.
just wants to install more basketball courts. That's all Philly needs. More basketball courts.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised. Listen, even Will Smith had to leave, you guys. And he's half a man.
I
saw he's caught up in some new shit. I don't know.
I
what it
didn't
is.
look at any of those allegations. It looks
I
like
have
it's
no
bad.
idea.
It looks like it's pretty bad.
So the last thing we're going to do, we have a few more things to get to, but I'm not going to get to them. We're already over at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Last thing we're going to do is we're going to continue with the few of our representatives and people that just like, they think cursing and trying to talk tough is cool. I have no idea who the fuck Janelle Bynum is because she's just another random congressperson.
Yeah.
She's from Oregon in the 5th district. And here's what she had to say. This isn't law enforcement. It's state-sponsored terrorism, which is funny. Our side's calling her a domestic terrorist. She's saying state-sponsored terrorism. I think, they both just kind of suck. Hold on, I got a cough.
I can read it. You gotta,
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I did it. Okay. This is the second shooting this week, and this is talking about the Portland one. This is the second shooting this week by agents following the orders of a wannabe dictator who is trying to take over cities and rule by instilling terror in the hearts of American people. Now, this is where these people are retarded. If he really wanted to, he could quite literally ascend the military.
Yeah, it's actually
the military itself to every major city, take over every major city, and just say it's over.
Yeah, it would not be difficult to just say, okay, martial law, you're all done.
Yeah. So here he goes. When the president deployed his guardsmen into our city earlier this year, we told them their presence was unwelcome and unhelpful. Today, we saw just how dangerous this is, and here's her being cool. We need those goons gone. Get to stepping. Like, I think the problem with this is, Dave, and you know what my biggest problem with all of them is? They're just so fucking corny.
Yeah. The thing is, like, they act like they're so hard-bodied. And the thing is, when you do this, I want, similar to what you said, just go, put them in cuffs, and take the picture of them crying. Because you know they're going to cry. Take the picture of them crying and put it out. Because you are not hard. You are fucking soft. Stop acting this way. You do not know what you're getting into. Yeah. If you actually believe they are the way that they are, you do not know what you're getting into. You do not play these fucking games because you will get hurt if you think the opposition is the way it is.
So let's catch up on our Sewell comments and then we can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. All right, I'm already at the point where we left off.
It's a random raccoon?
Yep.
Oh, well, I know. I got... No.
No, this is where we left off.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, go for it.
Sometimes I'll look at my girlfriend and she'll be yelling in my face, not at me, but just throwing her hands and throwing a tantrum. And honestly, no offense, I just look at her and I think, man, she looks like a teddy bear. Exactly.
And that's the thing. And here's the reason. Guys always say to women, and they hate it when we say you're cute when you're angry, because they're not a threat. So exactly. It's like they're looking at them going, that's fucking adorable. But that's also why they make Lifetime movies stabbing us, because we do say that shit, and their way of sitting there getting the power back is, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Exactly. So maybe we should stop saying that. There'll be less Lifetime movies about us getting killed.
Nah, I still say it. They should have full-on stabs, fuck batons, yeah.
Just give them fucking death sites.
There was a fat DEI hire behind the Minneapolis mayor. It's all over the place, Nate. Literally everywhere. Caveat saying, Christmas party done. The fuck is she Candyman when he kept feeling it good?
Caveat play. Oh, he said play craps for the first time. Rollin, did you win?
Yeah, I never played. The fuck you mean you can't say your name? Caveat saying he wasn't mad at us. I'll take the under on if she can spell Eagles as well as their mayor. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I forgot about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you said here, Caveat.
That's way too smart for us. You can't give us big words, Rollin. What the fuck's
wrong? Oh, because she's lisping. No whisk away. She wasn't even.
Now I get it.
Random raccoon getting out of way.
Well, no, you didn't use invocting.
Oh, I thought you were just
invocting.
Yeah, wait, the fuck was the ICE agent going to dent her car? The fuck would she ever be getting out of the way of? I mean, if it was the police chief, then you would be worried about that. You're
so dumb.
What's with the hideous toupee guy? That's a good question. Illegal laws, says Random Raccoon. That bald man looks like he wants to say shit to her. He might have. And call her stupid. Thuffering, fuck at that. Why the fuck is she talking like she's the mayor? I do not understand. She is a police chief. The fuck is she going to do? That's the thing. It's just weird posturing. It's just this weird power play posturing that's nonsensical.
Well, here's the thing. And the thing that people need to understand, and if you understand leftism, the thing is, they want us to go arrest him. Not us, but they want like our side. They want Trump to go arrest him. They want this because Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals calls for this type of stuff, right? But the bottom line is, knowing their playbook doesn't mean you can't enforce the law, right? And that you have to continue to do it. The fact that she just made threats to federal agents is enough for the FBI to at least go to the precinct and go, we have to have a conversation. Because if we do need to come and do federal, federal like movements into your city to rid, illegal immigrants, you cannot impede us. If you do, we will arrest you because you have made threats against us. If that's it. But the thing is, it is getting crazy. But the answer is not to back down. We cannot back down. We can't back down here doing what we do, just talking on microphones. The administration can't back down. None of that. We have to keep it going. And the thing is too, and I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. The best way and the only way to handle the question of Portland, the question of Minneapolis is it was the right move. The cop was well within his rights. That's it. No other question, no other answer, nothing. Well, what about this? What about that? Nothing. The cop was well within his rights. He feared for his life. That's it. There was the fact. There is the fact. You can watch every single video you want. You can watch the body cam. All it shows is the cop is well within their rights. That's it. And that's the only conversation that needs to be had. No justifying, no debating, no back and forth. Why won't you engage with me? Because I have the facts. I'm right. And anything you say doesn't make me less right. I don't have to engage with you. That's it. So Random Raccoon. Yeah, no, I look at my girl being like all red and extremely angry, but I hate to be mean. It's literally like looking at a chihuahua fighting a Great Dane while sounding like a squeaky toy. Don't let her see this, Raccoon. You're going to get in trouble.
It's true, though. It's true.
It is true. They're adorable. They're adorable. And then they get super angry at one point and you're like, she might actually stab me. The thing is, you got to be, if you can leave, that's different. Got to be a little more careful when you live with them.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a really good knife set, they might be nuts. It doesn't take much for it to click. So, all right, Dave, we've been here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to get the fuck out of here.
Might just be.
I appreciate everyone. Rollin, I know you just rolled in, so we're leaving you. We apologize. But we're getting out of here. Nate, Random Raccoon, we won't tell her. She doesn't know the power. She doesn't. No, we won't tell her. Don't worry. We ain't snitches. But we appreciate everyone for hanging out that did. Whether you're watching from YouTube, X, Facebook, Kick, Rumble. Like, share, follow. All that good stuff. Go follow us on the Alex Wester Show. And I'll probably be back hanging out tomorrow. Dave, I don't know what your schedule is. I don't know if you're around. Yeah, if you're around, then you'll be back with me and we'll just talk about things. Because that's what we've been doing lately. Hangout streams, baby. That's what we're doing. Get those numbers up. Anyway, I'm out of here. Dave, I'll see you later.
Goodbye.